Say Babaji woken everyone up at 4:30 a.m. He came around the entire house saying, "Let's go, let's move. Everybody be ready in 30 minutes." We all jumped up out of the bed, but not in the time because when Babaji opened the door, we were still moving out of the bed. So he had us all do 25 squats. That was the first time doing squats, and I was really upset because I wasn't even flying out in the morning with the first group. I was flying out the following day with the same team as the car trip. 10 minutes later, he came in the room and said, "My bad, we not leaving until 7 a.m. I thought the flight was earlier." I rolled my eyes and he called me out and said, "My bad, Earth, you not even going with us." So I just gave the head nod like it's okay. I started helping the women get all of their clothes in order and the luggage out. Everyone was getting dressed beautifully and was so colorful. It was such a sight to see such gorgeous black women naked and free and comfortable in their natural skin. After about an hour, everybody was dressed. Baba G came out and he literally took my breath away. He was so beautiful. I had literally forgotten everything that had happened, including the night before. I told him he looked like a tropical god and that Hawaii wasn't ready. He smelled so delicious and his swag was on 1,000. That's something I could never deny. His presence would stop you in your tracks. He commands any room, especially any woman. The whole group got in the car. We all gave hugs and kisses, and I love myself to everyone. And by then, Baba G was already outside, but I was getting so sad he was leaving, so I went outside to say bye. He had finished just saying bye to Caliber with a big hug on the grass. As soon as he saw me at the top of the stairs, he walked over to me and picked me up in the air, and I wrapped my legs around him, and we kissed for an entire minute that seemed like an eternity with the entire world watching. I could feel everyone staring. I was literally teared up, but I could still smell him on even after we finished hugging. Then Naza came in for a hug, and it was normal hug he gave her. Then Pice got a hug, and I told him I want another one. I want to be the last. He said, "Oh, you want to be the last, huh?" And he grabbed me and hugged me and kissed me again, then walked back to the car. I could have died right then and wouldn't have felt it. I was gone. It became addiction to have him close to me, to smell him, to touch his skin. And Naza and I got back to the room and both literally in tears. I just went back to sleep without saying a word. We both felt the sadness. Around solar noon, Pice came to the door and offered us fries, and we were very grateful and thanked him. Pice is one of my favorite out of the men, truly a genius and all around masculine person. Muslim person, as it states, always positive and healthy perspective. Even though he was young, his mind was advanced. He felt like the baby brother to me. So I always would look out for him with food and snacks. I also wanted him to gain weight because he was so real thin. It was scary. His thighs literally looked like my arms. I hated it. Naza and I ate. Then I made us tea. And then we sat on the porch and talked. She told me all about life, how our kids were Hawaiian, and she couldn't believe we were going to Hawaii without them. She told me her ex-husband hated for her to cut her hair and how she was a really good mother to her kids, and she loved baking, and that she was to stay at home, mom losing her mind, and that she was really depressed, and Baba G saved her from hurting herself. I listened to her and really felt compassion and told her how gorgeous that she was. I took a picture, then asked Kite to come out and take some pics of us together. I sent the pics of us at the table having tea together to Baba G, and he loved it. Niza kept asking me what did Babaji say about the pic, and I told her he liked it. She had no phone because Baba G took it away from her with the drama she caused in Atlanta with trying to call the cops and leave. It was super dramatic scenes with her wanting the money back and trying to leave until Malia and Zoka convinced her that she had nowhere to go and that the universe gave her a plan and family with carbonation to trust the process. Baba G had told her she was just going to go out in Babylon and hurt herself, selling her body and destroying her life, that she needed to calm down. But it took 4 women, Aya, Malia, Zoka, Pregnant, and Star, to hold her back from attacking Baba G and wanting her money back. She kept pleading that it all couldn't be gone 1 and 2 days. Baba G called the finance team on the speakerphone and asked how much money was left in the budget of Nas's money. They explained everything was used for Hawaii to pay for the tickets, the Airbnb in Hawaii, and he told her to stop running and just surrender to what it was. But she threw her, but she threw her fist up ready to fight the women. It was a constant tussle until they got her out of Babaji's room. She was very little but strong. She finally walked away and went to sleep. But the next day, it was the same shit. Over tea, she admitted she was happy that she stayed. Fast forward to Cali on the porch. We talked some more, picked some oranges, lemon leaves off the tree, made more tea, just relaxed in the room, and then slept some more. We couldn't wait for the morning time to be on the flight. I know I couldn't wait to see Baba G. Our flight was early in the AM. 2 Ubers awaited us. It was myself, Loyal, Niza, Pice, Kite, Tron, and Caliber. We had one banana, so I gave Pice to split it with the men. Niza and I had nothing to eat because the plane only served cheese sandwiches, but we did drink the canned juices. I was super annoyed about not eating the sandwich because I knew Baba G would eat out sometimes and he had no restrictions. I ate one side of the bread and dug out the dough. It was a 5-hour flight. None of us had any money. They told us we'd eat when we arrived in Hawaii. We had connected flight from Honolulu, which was another 2 hours. So by then we were all famished at the Honolulu airport. I remember going to Starbucks and asking for hot water and honey because I had tea bags. And Loyal told me I couldn't drink the water because it was tapped. I literally ignored him and enjoyed my tea. At that point, I was on the angry, I was on the anger, hungry feeling. Pice kept talking. Pice kept talking me through it and saying, it's just a test, Mama Earth. It's just a test. He was the only sound voice in my head at that point because I was fuming. Another thing we had to follow was walking in between two men at all times. Like when I went to get the water, Pice was in the front and Caliber was in the back of me like a lion. We couldn't walk side by side. It was protection for the women at all times. I got annoying after a while because I wanted to go to Starbucks on my own and dig through my purse for change for a banana or something. But every step I took was monitored like a hawk. No matter where you were in the house or out, someone was always in your face looking at you. We also had battle buddies. This is the person you were paired with in order to track your every move. If you go to the bathroom, your battle buddy should know where you at all times, no matter what. So even though we had our phones, you could never really call anyone because someone would see you and absolutely report you to Baba G. I actually caught Aya going through a plastic bag I had, and I had to ask her, do you need anything? You need anything, babe? She was like, no. I said, but you're still looking in the bag. And she said, yeah, I know it's yours. I just want to know you. I got furious and told her, so you feel entitled to go through my bag? What the fuck? That's violating. And then Efru said, that's her program. She does that. She said, no, it's not violating. I just want to know you. I told her, well, I'm right here. But if you don't need anything from the bag, I have nothing to hide. Why you still in there? I started to get loud and the other women got involved. Then she tried to turn the story around and said she was trying to figure out whose bag it was, but she realized it was my bag and stopped looking, which was total hogwash. Malia then said one time Aya left her phone in the room recording us while she was in the kitchen cooking, and I saw it recording. I was completely baffled. I knew then she was an informant, always looking for something to report to Babaji. Brown knows it because otherwise she had nothing to talk about because he was never sexually on her because he said she was the most boring sex he ever had. She makes no noise whatsoever. I began to really dislike her after the incident and kept a close eye on her. Then one day she came and asked me for my phone. She said she needed to take pictures of the kitchen food to post and she needed to use a good phone to edit first before sending it. I let her have the phone, which she kept for about 30 minutes. I didn't say anything, but I was super annoyed. She bought the phone back to me, and then a few times, and then a few minutes again, she said she needs it one more time to finish the pictures and that she was almost done. I gave it to her without blinking, but I could feel going through my phone. I let it be and trusted the universe to guide me, but I was thankful. I got to see her true colors and knew she was not to be trusted because prior to the incidents, I thought she was an angel. So we finally made it to Hawaii, and Musa was there to pick us up, and he was very welcoming. And we got in the car. There was a lot of cookies, snacks, and ginger beer. Uh, and I thought it was all for us when I saw it. But Musa quickly told us Solar Noon is waiting at the house for us. That's how things were set up with the food. Babaji would eat totally different meal than the family and whoever with him at the time before the Naji came back to eat with him. Like the day when he had Chipotle and Babaji's room, the rest of the family had lentils and rice. He kept pistachios, snacks, and drinks in his room, which no one else had access to. I was straight up asking for whatever I needed, from pads, the wine, the rose water spray, you name it. I had a very open communication with Babaji, but I did feel it was unfair to the family. We literally would all be watching a movie, and he's the only one eating fries and ginger beer. I literally be drooling. Okay, she said, okay, so we got to the house in Hawaii. We had already saw the video on Instagram of Babaji on live waking up at 5 a.m. to the sunset and telling the world we arrived in Hawaii and showing the camp set up. It looked so beautiful. We were super excited, even though we were told the groups would be separated between two houses. Everyone stayed in the same house the first 2 days before we all got arrested before Babaji going live at the beach giving proof that they broke the 14-day quarantine. We had no idea how serious Hawaii was about the quarantine or the turtles by the time Babaji started doing the live. People were telling him that the Hawaii officials were after him. Two agents even got on the live with him pretending to just be native asking questions, but they made him admit on camera that he was on the beach, even though he had already deleted the videos and of touching the turtles up until the night before the arrest. We were enjoying the house and having back-to-back meetings. Babaji had called the meet and making all of us talk. We wanted a partner. He put Neytiri on the spot, and she started talking about how much she loved Solar. Meanwhile, Zoka is 4 months pregnant and barefoot. So we called a vampire who wanted Solar's soul that she that she was feeling a void and and nowhere near ready for a relationship. Then he came back around to me because at first I wasn't ready to answer, but I eventually said I wanted someone who was with me and out of choice, not obligation or overextended commitments. A man who chose me daily, who wanted to be with me, and he cut me off and said, "Ooh, vamp, you out of time. You want his soul. You're also feeling a void, and you're supposed to be more mature and actually able to be in a relationship, but your knowledge is not compared to the youngest people around you. You just had communication skills for the world." I stayed quiet and curled up in my chair. My feelings was crashed. He went on to Zokin before she could even begin. He said, "You letting Solar do this to you? Look at your face and skin, Zoka." Then he addressed Solar and said he had given Zoka extra love because he knew she needed to heal her skin. So he massaged her with tea tree oil and washed her hair. No sex or anything, but she needed my attention because Solar's literally taken from her. Solar's face got really red, but he said nothing. Then he asked Solar what he wants in a relationship, and he went on a tangent per usual. He overthinks and over intellectualizes things. Babaji cut him off and started saying that being in a relationship with him is like being by yourself. That he doesn't need a relationship, that he knows how to self-soothe by playing with his nipples, his ears, suck his thumb, and good music is all he needs. So he just needs a partner for sexual exchange, and that he loved the way Malia submitted to him sexually. But after that, after the sex, likes the space. So in order to be with him, you have to be with your own thing and be on your own, because he's not going to give it. He's not going to give affection and attention to any woman that he has always thinking about the mission. I felt so bad for Malia. It's basically just like saying she just a piece of ass. But she was so sprung. She never spoke up. And she was happy to get out whenever she could from him. And as for Zoka, no one but him and Aya would know what they did in the bathroom. But I was grossed out even after he gave his whole speech on being in a relationship with this being on your own. He went on to say that some women just have the kind of pussy that make you weak no matter how much you just try to see them. It's just pussy. Then you get some you haven't had in a while. It's like, damn, I need some back and been missing out. It felt like an undercut jab to Solar, and everyone just kind of went silent. I was turned off. Ooh, he sound like a womanizing pig, like a woman is just a piece of meat to fuck on. But then Sheba and Truth spoke up about their relationship, and Sheba said that the flames were gone and Tron needed to be more loving, and they were honest and open, very clear communicate. It was so refreshing to listen to two adults literally sharing their hearts and being authentic. After the meeting was over, I turned around and I turned around on the stool chair and gave my back to Babaji. He made me sick. Dang. He sounded like, okay, all right. That that's okay. Right here say that she was 4 months pregnant. Oh, okay. Word. I see how it just cut through there. He sounded like a womanizing pig, and a woman is just a piece of meat. Then True spoke up about their relationship, and Sheba said that the flames were gone and that True needed to be more loving, and they were honest and open and very clear in communication. It was so refreshing to listen to the two adults literally sharing their hearts and being authentic. After the meeting was over, I turned around on the stool chair and gave my back to Babaji. He made me sick to my stomach, especially the thought of him and Zoka while she's 4 months pregnant. Now, this chapter 4, my night in Hawaii with Babaji. I'm gonna be dropping the link in a minute, man, for y'all can tap in with the read while we going in. If y'all ain't smashed that like button already, make sure that y'all smash that like button. We on chapter 4, my night in Hawaii with Babaji. He came out of nowhere from behind and then smacked my ass so hard I yelled, and then he grabbed me by my neck and said, "What you gonna do, pussy? You want somebody to choose you, huh? That's what you want. Come here." He grabbed me by my neck, took me in the back of the room and shut the door. He scared the shit out of me. He put me to sit on the dresser, and he sat on the lower level of the bunk in the bedroom across from on the lower level of the bunk bed in the room across from me, and he said, "I want to play you something." He played Erykah Badu, Orange Moon. He told me to listen to the words carefully. Every sentence he paused, asked if I knew the meaning. He told me the song is about a woman becoming brighter from her man, and how I needed to feel him and get filled with him in order to become one. He told me that I was truly his wife. I asked him what would be his dream come true right now. He said, "You and Nana as my wives, getting along, and to be able to have sex with Malia and Aya anytime I want, because I want them with no other man." I told him, okay, that sounds fair, that she and Nana will be coming back very soon. I could still feel her. And finally, he told me, okay, if you say so. I said, watch and see. He kissed me and told me that he wanted me so bad. He asked me if I wanted to go for a walk with him outside. I said, sure. We heard so many wild noises outside as the window was open. He said, it may be too dark. He might be too dark, though. I said, okay. He came back to kissing me and feeling all over my body. He turned around and started biting my back and smacking my ass literally really hard, the way I loved it. And I kept yelling, so he put his hands over my mouth, but I couldn't help myself. I very loudly sexually, he kept smacking my ass and wrapped his hand around my neck. This time, I knew the only danger was this man making me crazy. Over him, he pressed his penis against my vagina from the back, acting like he was penetrating me. We both were still fully clothed. He kept asking me if I felt him. I said yes. He was grabbing my face and kissed me from the back. He was a master at this. He turned me face forward to him, had my legs in the air, and he was going to work, still all clothes on. He asked me, do you want me? I said yes. I'm not ready. He told me to look at him. He asked me again while he was dry humping me over my clothes. I couldn't even answer this time because he was holding my neck, choking me. I couldn't stop moaning and telling him I loved him. He told me to show him. He kept telling me he loved me. I had on a one-piece jumpsuit. He started to bring it down, and he turned me around again, bite my back and smacking my ass intensely. I was jerking the entire dresser. Everybody in the whole house could hear. I told him I was embarrassed. He told me to let them hear, let them know I'm your man. Out of nowhere, True comes in the room to get something. So we completely paused with the blank face like, huh? But then I used it as an excuse and said, baby, they need to sleep in the room. It's almost 3 a.m. He said he didn't care, that this was our moment. Let's enjoy it together. I was so ready to give in. It wasn't exactly my vision of us in the beach making love, but I figured I'd get to the embody his spirit. I could really gain the knowledge. He told me he was going to put a baby in me, that I was going to have his child. At this point, I completely stopped resisting. But as he began to pull jumper past but was like, what's this? I'm looking like, what? My tattoo. He's like, no. Are you wearing panties? We don't wear panties. You need to let the pussy breathe, baby. Unless it's your period, I don't want to see panties on you. That's an order. It's crazy, but that literally shocked me back into my body. And I told him to stop. Let's wait. He flipped out on me. He started yelling. You know who I am? You don't tell me no. You do what I say. You don't resist. Give it to me now. And he turned me over, but I kept the hold on my panties with the jumper on my waist level. He kept pulling my hands, telling me to let go and grab my neck again, but in a good way. I was really tempted, but my heart kept saying, no doubt, no, don't do it. So then I said, not yet, Baba, please. Not yet. I'm not ready. Let's wait for Nana. And we can open and we can be open about everything. Oh boy, I hit the nerve because he went the fuck off. You worried about Nana, and I'm right here in front of you. I'm your man, and you're telling me. He started pumping his chest at me. He took off his shirt and got all in my face and said, you know who I am? Do you know? You think you could tell me no? If you don't let me have it right now, we are done. I'm done with you. I put my face down and shook my head. No, and he walked out the room talking to himself. I don't believe this nigga. She don't know who I am. I gathered myself together and pulled up my overall and managed to get one arm in a sleeve before he came back silently and scared me. He grabbed me and pinned me against the dresser and told me to feel him and put my hands on his penis. He said, you don't want me, huh? You been waiting for this. It's all here for you. It's yours, and you don't want me? I was so speechless. I never felt anything so big in my life. I couldn't get my whole head wrapped around his girt. I whispered, this gonna ruin me. You try to fuck up my life. This what's wrong with all these women. Now, we both busted out laughing. I told him his penis was the devil to me. Move it away from it. He came back on strong and told me to take it, that all of it was for me. Then I smelled chocolate on him. He had a ginger beer on the dresser, and I didn't even realize it before, so I took a sip and asked him why he didn't bring me a cookie. He laughed. He sat on the bed and said, man, I really like you. I love you for real. I love that you ain't scared of me. I could talk to you. He came over to the counter and kissed me all over my face and neck. He finally started caressing my breast and grip it. Then he sucked my left nipple hard, as if he knew exactly what I liked. I sucked his nipples back and told me to grab his neck too. So we were kissing it, grabbing it, smacking it. And I soaked at this point. He told me he had to have me. And I said, we will soon. Our time is coming. And that I want us to be in the beach together. So he said, okay, tomorrow we going to the beach. Hopefully we can get out of this quarantine. Little did he know there would be no beach for us. I felt sad and relieved at the same time because I really wanted him. But my intuition was very strong. But the part that made me sad was he went back into his room with Malia and Aya, and even though he had just spent hours literally, passionately attacking each other, I thought if we did actually have sex, would he still have gone back in the other room? I started to overthink too much because I felt so vulnerable at that moment. Like, what just happened? Did I just mess up, or did I just trust my gut? He overpowered me so much I just couldn't gather my thoughts. His smell was all over me, which I was in love with. So I just laid on the bottom of the bunk bed where he sat, and I ended up falling asleep because it was 4 in the morning anyway, and the guys were sound asleep where they were. So I just followed along, and I didn't want to wake the women either, even though Star passed by at least 5 times when Babaji was smacking my ass and had me hemmed up. I kept being nervous about everyone hearing us. Every time I looked at the crack in the door, there she was, so damn messy. So nosy. So I just shut the door gently and went to sleep. Oh, what a night to remember. The next morning, Babaji was up super early and decided that he was going to dress the people of Hawaii. He said he would let them know that he was on their land, that he come in peace. World news and the trolls. Hold on. Cause you know y'all in the chat right now. Hold on. Let me get it right quick before I even do this part right here. Shout out to the chat. Nothing but them ones in there. And I started over for y'all right quick. Okay. All right, we got it now. That's the highlight. We'll come on back to her. Hold on. Did I miss her? Hold on. Did I miss her? Okay, there it is. It's highlighted. Number one's in the chat. Let's go. You know who they talking about in the book? Okay. He said he wouldn't let them. He said that he would let them know he was on their land and that we come in peace. World news and the trolls had already sent Hawaiians awful messages about us saying that we were a sex cult and that Babaji was a pedophile. I never believed about him, and I know it to be a lie. He addressed his son touching his penis as a father being natural around his kid with massive, I don't know. It was all in innocence. Even when you watch the video, you can see how adversaries tried to demonize him. But anyone with eyes could see that there were specific groups of people literally assassinating this character, attempting to defame him. He got on live with an aggressive energy, reminding the Hawaiians that we are all black people, including them, and that we came in peace. He talked about his daughter and protecting his family at all costs, and that he only wanted to create a better life for the tribe and live in tune with nature. He kind of went left and he spoke about being a nigger and that he was getting away from the states because of all of the violence and the offenses the black man has been enduring in Babylon. There were a lot of comments that Hawaii does not want him there and that we should go back where we came from. He got really upset at how Hawaiians were not giving us a fair chance before judging us. He opened up the live for all Hawaiians to call in and ask any questions and address any concerns they had. He got tons of calls, and the Hawaiians asked him about the pedophilia, about why it was called a sex cult, to how many wives did he have. I remember him responding to the last question saying sometimes he has 7 wives, 2 or 1 wife, and that it all depended on what the universe allowed to happen, because allow is what allows everything to happen. I was in front of him and away from the camera, but lip synced to him that it's none of their business what he does with his women. And he repeated it on live. He always listened to me. We were deeply connected. There was not one moment that I wasn't by his side. If he was live or expressing himself, I was always excited. I was always excited to hear every word that he uttered. His words always spoke to my soul deeply. When he professed and defended the knowledge, he went on to express that when a man enters someone else's territory, it's only natural to show respect to the people of that land and honor them with acknowledgement. He spoke about being protectors and that it was important for a man to stand for his family at all costs. That carbonation are all people of nature who come to live in tune with Mother Nature, and he would love the blessing of the spirit of Hawaii. The people called in for hours. Finally, Solar Noon was ready for everyone to eat, and he got off the live. The day that they made Alfredo shrimp linguine pasta for Babaji, which included Malia and Aya, and the rest of us had lentils and rice, which was always good, especially if Efru was cooking. She had the best hand in the kitchen, always seasoned on point. A few hours later, Babaji went live again to allow the Hawaiian people more questions, but this time it was strange that they were specifically asking about why he touched the turtles, that he actually broke quarantine and the officials playing Hawaii would be looking for him. He told us all to stay calm, but to prepare for anything. We carried on about the day. I never heard mention about going to the beach, and so it was a chill day. I dressed in my orange wrap that morning with the elephants, wanting to feel supported by elephant energy, but I had no idea I would actually be on camera. Baba G got on live again. A lot of people started to ask him for a ramp, real nigga moment. Since that was the first time the day before that he revealed on camera that I had joined Carbonation. He told the people that they had put hearts and flowers in the face, and then he would see the audience got aggressive and really wanted to know the status. They remembered me from a previous lives with Baba G debating, singing, dancing, and being a woman. He openly admitted he loved and that I left him hanging when he asked if I was his wife. Then all of a sudden, I'm in Hawaii with him. He asked me to join the live and began asking me very intimate questions. First about my childhood, how I was raised, told him about my mom's battle with drugs and how she was brutally killed in Haiti. He gave his condolences very sincerely, which really put me at ease. I used to be embarrassed about my mom's brave battle with drugs, but I appreciated that she taught me to say no to drugs literally, no matter what. I told him about having an adopted family, being raised a Jehovah's Witness, and being virgin until 21, having a 33-year young boyfriend at the time who I had an abortion for about 23. A lot of the audience called me a murderer and that I was evil because the baby was 13 weeks old. He asked if I regret it, and I said if I could do it over, I wouldn't have the abortion. He defended me and told the life they couldn't judge me for something that had happened almost 20 years ago, and that I learned a powerful lesson which led me deeper into my spiritual journey out of the fear of being punished for having an abortion. Side note, I recently did some research and found out I was actually 5 weeks pregnant when I had the termination. Not sure if I was subconsciously thinking of Zoka being 14 weeks pregnant, wanting an abortion, but that was incorrect. Baba G asked me how many men have I been with. I told him the truth, excuse me, of 6 men, and I was shocked. He thought it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad number considering my age. He asked if I ever did drugs. I told him I tried weed but never liked it. He smoked cigarettes in the past, which he exposed in a previous live in a real nigga moment before I got the carbonation. He asked me how I felt about saying that I won't last in carbonation over a month because I was too strong and mature and wouldn't tolerate standing in a corner. LOL. A lot of people said he should make me chiefess and that I would help the younger women to be adults. Then there was some who said that they didn't trust me and that I was fake. Some people kept saying that he was only using me for my money and that I was the money bag for him. At the time, it was water under a bridge, but looking back today, as some of the women wrote in the comments, that I'd be in for a rude awakening because I put him on such a high pedestal. By the midlife, I was in tears expressing how important Baba G was to me and that I was willing to sacrifice it all for the purpose of growth and the mission. Many of the commenters kept asking if I had sex with Babaji, which he never answered, but they kept saying I probably had herpes. Since most of Carbonation had it, that definitely made me nervous and also relieved that him and I hadn't had sex yet. But I brushed it off, and he kept asking me questions like, how do I feel about polygamy? And I finally said I was an open heart and mind. He smiled at me behind the camera because he knew how I felt about it personally from the other night, that Nana is the only other woman I will be a sister wife too. He asked me about traveling and experience in Africa, and he asked about my music I had created and what made me come to Carbonation after being so worldly and seeking knowledge. I told him his knowledge literally blew my mind, and he told me that I pledge allegiance to my heart creation was really to pledge allegiance to Baba G. I laughed it off, but I knew I would never say that. He asked me to sing a song for the people, and I sang Dream Awake, an original from my Sybil music artist name, and the entire family sang the chorus along with me. It was only an hour of talking, but it was probably one of the most life-changing moments I ever experienced because before that, no one knew any of what I told them. I felt so naked and vulnerable, partially so embarrassed. When the live was over, my sisters came and hugged me, and Naytiri was in tears and literally bowed to me and told me I inspired her, and Star told me I was speaking to her soul. The men applauded me when I walked in the house as they were watching along in the living room. I forgot to mention the men and the women always stayed separated in all of the houses. From then, we ate solar noon and I felt very liberated and open-hearted. Babaji invited me to eat with him, and we had an amazing spread of black eyes and peas, assortment of sauces with ginger beer to drink. That was the first time I partook of a meal with him. I felt really welcome, and Zoka actually said to me after the live, "Welcome home." During lunch with Babaji, include Malia and Aya, I asked them about anal sex at lunch and how they adjusted. Malia loved it and said with Babaji, it's not painful. Even though he's huge, once you submit to him, it's all mental and you can just relax in it. Aya said she liked it and that it was painful at all. And she said that it wasn't painful at all. We stayed outside eating, and Babaji went in the room and connected to the porch. So although inside we could hear us, he came and brought us a bottle of wine, and we drank and laughed. I played the life game with them, and then Neytiri came out the ground and Babaji had her join us. It was a day of bliss. I couldn't have asked for more, a perfect day. Babaji came over and told me that I had the it factor and that all of the Musa members went up for me and that he wanted me to go live regularly and that he was very proud of me. He then went to say, yo, when you told that lady that she deals with regular dudes and that's why she can't understand polygamy because she never met a Babaji who is God, that literally shut down the room. He said I killed it and that the people love me. He also said I was shaky in the beginning of the song, but that once I got comfortable, I flowed beautifully and that the song choice was perfect to sing Dream Awake. It touched my soul when he said the name of my song. Chapter 5, my first time in prison, holding cell, 6/11/20. We're going to that one, but let me hold on for a minute. Let me hold up for a second. Let me get an intermission. We need an intermission right now on that one. Then I'll be able to check the chats and see what's good, and I'll be able to additionally drop the link as well. And shout out to everybody that's up in the chat. Matter of fact, it's raining, y'all. Yeah, we just let it rain for a minute. Man, let's go, man. Chapter 5. Let me smash chapter 5 and we'll go, man. My first time in a prison cell. Later on that night, had arrived amid who is that? Amir and her mom, Rose, and two brothers. No one got to meet them because they came in late while we were all in their rooms. So we met in the morning. Neytiri was called in a meeting with Babaji early to give her unemployment money that had come in. That's how it usually went. Anyone who got government assistance or food stamps had to give the money and the card to the finance team, who was Musa and True, and it would be sent to Carbonation Part Cash App Professor Musa. Then Babaji announced that some of the group would go to the other Airbnb that morning because he wanted to split up. So Zoka, Syrian, Mint, Pisces, Kite, Caliber, and Fuji went to the second location. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and then drop the link. Shout out to everybody that's already smashed like I said, if you ain't shared this video already, make sure that you share this video live stream. If you want to playback, still share this video. Link coming in the comments, family. Okay, word. We'll go ahead and then get with it. Like I said, I got some help now. So we'll go ahead and then climb in. Meet, what's going on?
World. I was like,
Yo,
as I got deeper into the book, I said, how the fuck we gonna do this without laughing? Like you had me dying.
yo.
'Cause you
Hey,
had
I was trying as hard as possible, man.
I
I
know.
was trying to I was trying to maintain my composure, man. And then at certain times I wanted to emphasize Baba G, with the Babaji. It just went crazy, man. But it is what it is. Like I say, man, we made it. We here. We back. Hey,
You
look, we
know how
back
we
into
are.
it now. So it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it
But
is. Like I say, I appreciate everybody bearing with me, though. You know what I'm saying? My reading skills ain't A1, but I can get us by,
yes, it
though.
is.
I can get us by.
World.
Yeah, I can get us by.
Yes, no, it is A1 because you had that personality, you had that radio voice, you had that podcast voice, you had this YouTube voice. Yes, you are doing great, brother. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here. No, you are doing great because I'm telling you. When I was reading some of this shit earlier, I was rolling on the fucking floor. I'm like, how we gonna get through this without rolling? But you have fans because they want you to be you. They want us to be us. So if shit is funny, we gonna laugh. Like I don't care what we're reading. If it's funny, we're going to laugh. You had me
Oh yeah.
dying. Like my stuff, I was holding my stuff.
I was
Especially
like,
Absolutely.
when they was talking about that food. She had one banana to split it up between all the
she
men.
said that. She said that. Boy, she said that one banana. Boy, I hit the floor. I said, damn. She had one nana. What the hell? Hey, look at here, man. I would have went crazy. Then Nana named Nana. Then I would have been thinking about that. But now I would have been mad at the song bitch. I probably would have threw that whole motherfucker at her ass. I'm dead serious, yo. I would have threw that mug at her ass, yo.
I'd have
Hey,
whooped
I would
that
have
shit
been fired
down.
up. I
I
would have been
really
fired
enjoy
up.
listening to it the way World says it because you can like visualize what you're seeing
That's right.
and hear it with
You are
his
a great
voice.
storyteller.
And
He is a
your
great
storytelling is
storyteller.
awesome. So it just
Yes, it
makes it more
is.
entertaining. It's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then she told me she was at Starbucks. Bitch, I ordered me a grande dark roast with 2 pumps of caramel, light cream, and 3 Splendors. Then he told him, true, gonna tell you can't order no hot water. Boy, bye. And I'm hungry. That hangry?
I
Shit.
know, right?
And I'm at Starbucks? Man, nah, I
She
don't
was
play about my
smart though. She was
Starbucks.
smart to get the water and had her own tea bags. That's how you do it
Yeah.
when you
But he
broke,
didn't
as
even
they
want her to
say.
get the water.
What that stupid what's that boy name? The slave boy?
Yeah, he didn't even want her to get water.
I would have
Come
threw the
on.
water in his face like, boy, bye.
I would have been hot. Talking about talking about don't get it because it's tap water. I would have tapped his motherfucking head. I'd be like, you crazy hell. She would have been talking about I
World,
want
you
some
had
honey
me
and shit.
dying.
I'd be like, let me get a frappuccino, nigga. Let me get a mocha latte or something. Man, ain't no way.
But I can't believe he made them travel with no money. So they were in their own little group with no money, no money
True
for a
had the
five
money.
hour flight. Well, he wasn't
No,
letting them use it. He
oh,
wasn't
you
letting
talking
them
about the
spend it.
flight. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
you
they had
talking about
that
the
flight
flight. Yeah,
and then
they
they
had
had to
no
fly
money.
five hours, and then two
No money,
hours.
can't even get free water.
That's crazy.
Water, man. Like what
Like little
the
kids, not even like
hell,
Hey,
kids.
yo? Like,
Aurelia, it's Star Child. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
man, you already know what it is, man. Shout out to Dr. Aurelia. Shout out to Star Child up in the building, yo. What's good? Nikki Crayons, what's good, family?
Aloha.
yeah, I
Aurelia,
just been
Dr.
waiting for
Aurelia, what you
this.
think, boo? Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish this.
I would just say I would just wait for World to do this because like he's so entertaining, and that's just the best part of it.
Yes.
So that's just I get to laugh and visualize and everything. So that's I just but y'all
And once again, world, I like to stress to you that you are doing a great job because anytime you talk, even if you're not reading the book, you make us visualize everything. That's what I'm
Hey,
saying. You good at what you do. Don't ever downplay yourself.
so could you visualize Babaji's facial expression when he was trying to get Sybil's booty hole? You ain't see that when
Yeah,
he was trying to
yeah.
trying to get her Dooku shoe. He was telling her all type of mess. He was telling her all type of mystical, magical shit or whatever. I was like, what the hell? She was,
And
hey,
she
look, and
wasn't falling for it.
man, she wasn't falling for that shit, man. She was taking notes of everything like you supposed to. Like you supposed to. She was taking all kind of damn note.
Yeah,
Babaji was saying all
boy,
type of what he would think about that, but he would think about that booty hole so damn bad, man. Oh my, and I'm muted
I'm
up.
convinced. I'm convinced she had another device that they didn't know about because she got a lot of notes. I'm
yeah.
convinced.
She
That's what I'm
was
telling y'all. That's what
she
I
was
told y'all at
recording or
first.
something. She must have
Yes,
been
I
recording.
can't wait till world find that lie. That lady was smarter than what the fuck y'all thought. And I said it. She has something like this lady took
Mm.
too many notes not to have some kind of device, paper and pen, old style,
Fact.
or something.
That's that's why I told you when that shit was jumping off, when she was in that damn chair, when she went live. See, we already knew that Babaji and them had got hit. You feel me? Because they had posted on that page in
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii. I forgot what it's called, but they had posted it on that page, and I said, "Wait a minute, hold up." And she said, "Shit, fuck this shit." When they were getting
Big
locked up,
Island
she hit the that big island thieves. That's what it
Thieves
was, big
Media.
island thieves. Hey, look at here. She hit the hey, look, Nikki, she hit that live button so motherfucking fast, man. I say, boy, she a
Oh yeah.
fool with it. I'm talking about they were getting locked up and she was still on the live stream.
Right.
Can y'all hear me?
I
Yeah, we can
watched
hear
her
you,
go
Ray. I can hear
Okay.
you.
uh, I watched her go live at the same time I was watching um like one of the neighbors go live, like a community member, and it came up on my Facebook feed through mutual acquaintances. So I was watching the street view, and then my Instagram dinged, and it was the Carbonation TV or whatever it was Mama Earth. That was when Sheba went live, was when they got arrested, and I was seeing everybody outside, from the outside looking in.
I think she could
And
have did
that
a little bit better on her recording, but hey, go ahead, Aurelia. Dr. Aurelia, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I was listening. I'm listening to it over and over, and I'm seeing a one spirit that keeps coming up, and I want to speak to y'all in regards to this because I'm starting to see it heavy in the New Age movement, and it comes to mimic what you would say the Holy Spirit, the Most High Spirit. And you said something earlier in the first part. In the first two parts, it was talking about the men and how how they drank the sperm, and then how he go into the backsides of the women, for as the anal sex. And most people don't understand the depth of how deep that is because it's a demonic entity when we talk about the Kundalini. I want to break down the Kundalini to everybody. Now, don't throw apples at me right now. Just hear me out, because you're seeing it more and more. But let me show you how dangerous this female energy is. It's actually a spirit that comes from the Persian waters, and it's a serpent that coils itself around your spine, and it goes to the head. You notice everybody keeps saying that they be overwhelmed. They be overwhelmed with the euphoria, or when you're dealing with that spirit, because it comes to mimic, but she's no joke. She's no joke because it puts you in a state of mind where it separates you from reality. And when she was on the live the other day, she was saying how she had to get her mind right. Uh, when you say recording, I would say her testimony is recording enough, because when the Most High bring you out of something, you better believe every detail that He bring you from, you gonna remember every part of it. But I want to go a little deeper into what it is. It is the Kundalini spirit. It hits to it attaches itself to the sacrum, and it goes back to the Roman and the Greek mythology. They used it back in that day because of homosexuality. Honestly, the Roman Empire, and you dealing with what we dealing with now is the elites. They would use that demonic entity in regards to, because of the knowledge that's supposed to be on the sacrum. That's why when they say, when someone I'll give an example, it's made out of a triangle. The sacrum, when you look it up, it's made out of a triangle. That's the reason why they felt like it's divine to knowledge. They call it the holy bone because of the triangle that it's shaped in. And then when it hits in that spot, the information that released, that's why they say, even when someone gets like when they like, say for instance, their body burned up, or if they get like, say for instance, during a funeral, when some people choose to go the other route instead of burying their family members, they say once that body is burned, that be the last part that burns up, and they use that as a worship method, a ritualistic method. That's why he always use it, because of the power and demonic entity that comes with it. It's not any good. So when you hear him always talking about the downloads going into their anal and they rectum like that, that's what that is all about. Is to hook them to his reality, to take over in other words, their minds become his mind, their body become his body, they move in his spirit. That's why he likes it like that. And I just want to bring that out because I've been asking the Most High in regards to how to release that information to you all. But I think it's the time now, because you hear it over and over again, especially in this movement now, because it's come from the religion of Hinduism. Hindu brought it out, but it goes all the way back through the Roman Empire, through homosexuality. And then when a man does it, when a man interjects that spirit, you really injecting the female energy, which all of a sudden, that's off. That's why he always talk about the female energy of himself, because he working in duality of that same spirit. But that was so alarming to me in regards to that tonight, because of how deep it is. When she says that she kept saying she felt overpowered. A lot of them say that. Even our sister Tiara, she was saying, I was starting to lose myself. It's put you in a state of
Mm-hmm.
euphoria. That Kundalini put you in a state of
That's why
euphoria.
Tierra fell back.
Huh?
I say that's why Tierra fell back. Can you speak on, because I kind of feel like that clown that Nate Terry was talking about, that she seen that was behind her and stuff like that
Yes,
or
that
whatever,
clown.
right? You see,
That clown. Because
remember that
because
clown?
see,
That clown got a
but
connection to all this too.
exactly, when you're going into that little closet, you stepping into the realm of darkness, and that euphoria is all around in that little bitty space. It overwhelms them to control. Like she said, that the tingling of her body, he just knew what she liked it. He didn't even have to ask her what she was used to. He just automatically knew. That's that spirit of that Kundalini. It's a dangerous, but if you ain't careful, these are the these are the signs, and these are the illusion that Satan is tricking a lot of people with, if you're not careful. Because it try to mimics the spirit of the Most High, but it's not cool. It's not cool, because when it wraps itself around your spinal cord and it go to your Godhead, that's not him. That's not the power of the Most High. So I just want to put that out there, you guys, because that is a serious move, especially for the fellas, because you carrying on a feminine energy, and you accepting
That's
that
right.
feminine energy. That's
That's
what
right.
that
And
feeds
then
on.
when
Is Go ahead, brother.
And when you speak on that serpent, and when you speak about that intertwining, know as well as understand from a feminine perspective, that's the exact same energy through a symbol that you see that's on the ambulance, if you're aware of that or not. Okay.
You better talk
So when you
about it.
look at
That's
so
why
when you look at that,
yes, the
go
serpent, and
ahead, sister,
then
go ahead. I'm
and
muting
I
up.
was
Go
just finna
ahead.
say you because you tapping into it. That's correct. On the ambulance, the medical, in regards to your medicine and all of that, because that's witchcraft. It's dealing with the portions of witchcraft when you're dealing with
That's all.
medicine.
That's all
But
that it is.
also, let me tell you what else you see it at, brother. Can I tell you one more place people didn't notice it was when it's on the Baphomet penis? When you got the breast at the top and the penis at the bottom, and you see that serpent wrap around his penis. The serpent is wrapping around the Baphomet penis. So think about that
Mm,
going into the backside of a woman or a man.
that's right. That's right.
Come
Putting
on
all
now,
that energy up into a person.
putting all
That's
that
why when they
energy up
speak
in there.
about that's why when they speak about medical doctors, they try to say, stop trying to play around with God. It's like, you
Come
actually
on,
trying to bring a person back to life or
come on.
save a life and things of that nature. See, all of this within itself, it got a metaphysical understanding that when they
Yes,
throw it out to the media, y'all, when
come
they
on,
throw it out in the media, y'all, it's
come
up
on,
to up. It's look, we left up to decipher all of this right here.
come
See,
on.
that's why we
Break it
talking
apart.
about
You're
this and
right.
this, how to get out of a cult. Okay, so when she
Come on.
talking about, you know what I'm saying, that serpent, that reptilian, you understand, on that Baphomet, actually think about how Babaji be talking about entering them women and what type of spirit, what type of energy that he be putting up in a woman. They got a whole live cootie. He got like seven of them. He done had seven at one times, but
Talk
he
about it.
still wanted to do shoot. Now ask yourself what's really going on. What type of man want to humiliate you, even if that's something that you find pleasure in, if that's something that you enjoy. I want you to understand this, right? When a man do that, right, and try to put you out there like that, that's the only thing that he trying to do. He trying to show you how powerless that you are. That's how people are
Mm-hmm.
powerless over their
Mm-hmm.
addiction. That's why they keep going to them and they
Mm-hmm.
and things and stuff like that. Of that nature. That's all that he wanted to do from the beginning. Let me mute up, man.
That's why he didn't have no problem with Musa even raping Tori. To
That's
be
right.
real with you,
Speak
he
it.
ain't have no
Speak
problem with
it.
that because it ain't no different than what he doing when he put his hand around a woman neck or a man's
Or
neck.
just like, or just like when Nubian was up in the damn Big Brother, up in the Airbnb Jim Jank to the Jim Jank, and we seen on camera when he was trying to take Efru groceries. He was trying to take her groceries up
Come
in
on
there.
now.
You see how the 24-hour live had it recorded. He in there playing with her, trying to stiffen her leg out and all that stuff, whatever. Like, man, what type of science is you into? Why you
Come
trying to
on.
aggressively take some stuff or whatever? But see, Babaji done already justified that right there. He said
Mm-hmm.
that he's a gorilla. You know, he's that aggressive. You know, he
Animal
just like to
instinct.
take it and stuff. That's right. Think about that animalistic characteristic that he's talking about and how perverse that is. You know, when he's actually talking about that he's a god or he's a messiah or that he's upright. Thinking about them carnal energies, them motherfucking carnal needs that he actually have to have fulfilled, right? But he can't do it with not one woman or two women or three women or four women or five women. He even taking the booty hole, taking the dookie shoot of
Come
the
on.
men too. He doing it to
Right.
the men too. So think about what
And
type
that's
of
why you
energy
see them.
that he putting into him.
And that's why you see the man and all of them immobilized because that spirit immobilized them that they can't move, make a decision. They can't think outside of him. The rhetoric that they pull is his mind. They sound just like him. They talk like him. They move like him. That's why. Because they putting it right in, he
Especially,
putting it right
hey,
in the
Dr. Ray,
record.
can I, especially
Pardon me.
Musa, but listen, let me ask you something. So, since we've been going through these chapters, right? She
I'm
has said at least two or three times that he has grabbed her neck.
come on.
I don't know how many women, because you grab my neck one time and try to freaking kill me. Like, listen, I'm not knocking her. I swear to God. I'm just saying, you can't damn near kill me and I'm still be with you the next day. So help me understand what kept her there when he kept grabbing her neck and pushing her against the wall.
When we talk about
See,
immobilizing, when I just said a few minutes ago about immobilizing is to put somebody in prison and don't even know. That spirit overpowers them. It overpowers them to the point where they can't move, they can't think. You get what I'm saying? So he uses that. You see how when she even said that, how he was with the clothes on. It was so overpowering that it felt like they was having sex with just their clothes on, but it wasn't even penetrating that. He was penetrating her spirit. He was
Mm.
penetrating her spirit to the point where she couldn't even make a decision on her
mm,
own to move. To move. That's how he does. That spirit is overpowering. And we have to be very careful in these days. What the enemy is releasing out here for his different spirits, we have to make sure it's the Most High Spirit, because they coming out here as strong illusions and deception. That kundalini is one of them, and we have to be careful with that, especially like I said, our brothers, because you don't want to be around here. That's why they sitting over there so feminine. Everybody over there so weak and feminine, especially the men. They Because that spirit has overtaken them. They drunk his sperm. And I know,
Mm.
and she don't know that, but they also did the rectum too. He did it.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere in the world. He did that. So that's
Well,
what it
Dr. Ray,
is.
the further we get into the book, the more y'all gonna be right. And you remember yesterday, day before, yesterday or the day before, when I was at the uh get my car serviced, and I spoke to you and I said, about the bestiality thing.
Come on.
Now, I'm gonna say to you, I see why you said what you said once we get deeper in the book.
Let me tell you something, Miss Me. Let me tell you something.
I
Even
see why you said that.
when I've been in deliverance with some people, and they going through purging, you actually
Hmm.
hear some people meowing like a cat, or they start barking like a dog, because they done took on some of these spirits of the animalistic way. He's not lying. If he should go, you probably see him beating his chest. If you notice what she said, he beat his chest. He said he was a gorilla, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So she said when he was in the car, he took off his shirt and started beating his chest. Ain't that the mimic of a gorilla? A ape?
Hmm.
Come on now.
And his feet sure look like one. So yeah.
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
say his feet look like an ape. He got them gorilla monsoon feet, don't it? Them thing club feet for real right there. So you gotta think about what type of energy that he done channeled
Hmm.
Come
into
on, brother.
into and he done channeled it all up in Solar butt, all up in True butt, all up in Nubian butt. He done bust
Caliber
nuts all
too.
up in everything, all up
Uh,
in
uh,
Caliber. They done drunk the download
let me
and
hit you with
everything.
let me hit you with a one hitter quitter. Think about all of that, and then him transferring that to baby Eliana. All that transferred to baby Eliana, because that baby is next. She's next up. So he's transferring all those different spirits into that.
Oh, Dr. Ray. Oh, why you? Okay, I'm not gonna speak on that right now. But in that book, that baby is everything what you're saying, what you've been saying, what we've been saying. Like it's
I can
I
imagine. I can
oh
imagine.
my
I can
God.
imagine
Wait
it go
till
deep. I can imagine that it go deep. They training her up in evil. And I'm telling you, she ain't gonna be no good. She won't be any good.
well, I actually kind of feel
I
sorry
do too. I
for
do. Yeah, you
as
have
we
more. That's right.
as we
You
get
right.
into the book. Yeah, as we get into the book that y'all will see, and for the people, because I see it's a lot of people, a lot of people I send me inboxes saying they're not going to do Amazon Prime, whatever. But this is the glory of it. Y'all going to listen to us play it out live. But oh, woo,
That's what I said.
child.
I can imagine. That's why I was saying yesterday when I was talking about Pop Marquez. Where are you? Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, if it was part of me, I wouldn't be able to let her suffer like that under those circumstances. I have to do what I
Yeah.
have to do. I have to do what I have to do and go ahead and get my grandbaby. Now that's just
And
me.
right, and you and I are gonna discuss this when we get to that part of the book, Dr. Ray, because I'm kind of listen. Y'all can say what y'all want about Sybil, aka Mama Earth, but I just believe her. I'm sorry.
Man, listen, that lady
Whoever
said
don't believe her, that's fine. But I
it's
kind of
no way
believe
that
her.
we were already on this story and she
That's
come in
right.
to confirm everything that we
That's
have
right.
always thought before we even knew her, before she
Tell it,
even
sister.
came in the picture. We
Tell it,
already been
sister.
talking about this stuff.
Yeah, because world didn't even know her.
Come on
He
now.
didn't even know her. A lot of people didn't even know her. She came in when he was boring and when people wasn't watching. I just happened to be seeing, who she was and this and that. But when we get to that part, man, man,
But I'm gonna tell you
I'm
though,
I'm
Miss
going I'm
Mimi,
going I'm going to retract a lot of stuff I said
and let me tell you something
the
though,
other
Okay,
Miss
day.
Mimi.
okay.
I'm gonna tell you something though, in regards to
Hmm.
Sybil. See, what the missing link is, people don't realize is his judgment was already the other day when the Most High told him that your reckoning day is here. It ain't coincidence that the Most High is using this young lady, Sybil. It's all in His plan. It's coming
Okay.
down. It's all
So
coming
I
down. So when people thinking that it's that she have a it ain't about that. It's about what the Most High is doing between him and this is between him and Eligio, because he think that he has the power to box with the Most High, and he don't have that power. He finna see something. He finna see something.
and And like I say, we gonna keep on giving it to them. Like I say, I got meet up in here now, Dr. Raya. If you do want to mute up or if you want to, help her read a little bit or whatever, we're gonna go ahead and then go into chapter 3. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to at this time, and we'll see what chapter
Let's
'Yeah,
3
let's
got
go.
get
going
it.
on.
Chapter
Okay,
5.
me. Yeah, chapter 5. Pardon me, chapter 5. Yeah, we done blanked our way. So you ready, me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's ride.
All right, chapter 5. My first day in prison, holding cell 61120. Later on that night, a new family had arrived. Amir and her mom, Rose, and two brothers. No one got to meet them because they came in late while we were all in our rooms, so we met them in the morning. And Terry was called into a meeting with Babaji early to give her unemployment money that had come in. That's how it usually went. Anyone who got government assistance or food stamps had to give the money and card to the finance team, who was Musa and True, and it would be sent to the
To the
CB.
combination pot,
Yep, cash out.
cash out, Professor
Okay,
Musa.
that's right. Then Babaji announced that some of the group will go to the other Airbnb that morning because he wanted us to split up. So Zoka, Syrian, Mente, Pice, Kite, Caliber, and Fuji went to the second location. The new family came to our door pretty early and introduced themselves.
Themselves.
The boy, mm-hmm. The boy was very uncomfortable. He kept yelling and making odd noises and hitting baby Jahumi, so the vibes were strange. The room kind of cleared out, and Niza was the only one who stayed in the bed. She was having a manic depression and hadn't eaten or spoken as soon as we got to Hawaii. She was completely mute. After the third day, we told Babaji she hadn't eaten, and she said because she's ugly with short hair and overweight. And we told her how beautiful she was. But she remained the same for the entire time in Hawaii Airbnb. After meeting Babaji had went on live again to allow the Hawaiians to ask any questions and to keep the peace. But one caller called in saying he heard the women were forced to have sex. And so he had Malia, myself, and Efaru get on camera. so that we could speak for ourselves on the spot. We told him that we are free grown ass women who only slept with who we want and that no one could control who we slept with. Although in my heart, I knew that it was a bold lie. It felt right to defend the family because they were trying to make it seem like there there was some sort of rape or force, which I never witnessed, so I couldn't co-sign that energy at all. If anything, every single woman in carbonation wanted to fuck Babaji. Ooh, hold on, world. Can you finish off for me right quick?
Babaji married, single, pregnant, and in between, even the men for that matter. So really, there was no forcing anything. The truth is, Babaji told everyone who to be with and who not to be with. He got to pick and choose. He would sleep with at any given moment. He's the only man in the house who could decide randomly that he wanted to sleep with anyone new who came into the family in order for them to embody the knowledge. In fact, a new member named Anoki Iloa had come into the group while Nigel and I were on a road trip. Apparently, she only lasted 1 day. Efru told me she did not want to have sex with Babaji, so she had to go, and she claimed she would make her own journey to Hawaii without carbonation. For instance, I'm not sure if Malia knew what Babaji and I were doing in the other room, but that might be she was not in a position to question him. No one is. Even when he came to pick me up in Georgia, he said he had never done this before and that he could feel Malia was jealous, but that still never stopped him from doing what he wanted, and everyone adjusted accordingly. However, in lieu of the tone on the live, we had to protect Babaji at all costs. I wasn't gonna let him go out like that. I was still very protective of my Messiah. Then the calls became really aggressive. Some of the Hawaiian were calling in and calling him a nigger and threatening him to say to meet him to fight him man to man and to get off the island because carbonation was not welcome there. Then he had two really strange men that all of us in the background kept saying they were agents who made him confirm on live that he was at the beach and he touched the turtles, and that when he got off live and he pulled up a meeting, told everyone to pack up and be prepared to go to jail. He spoke for hours that his message would not be vindicated until he died. He said that his message would reach the millions once he transitioned from this life. He said he
Mm.
wasn't afraid of death and that he would die leaving a legacy for his daughter. And then he told us that Nana was on her way back. Now, Dr. Aurelia, do you want to add on that?
You better come on, because you already know where my mind is at.
Right.
Because in regards to him speaking on that death, and that he was asking what date,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get me to say the date over and over. If he already having these conversations with them, that means there's no
Facts.
peace. He already get it in his head, but it ain't gonna be like he think it's gonna be. He thinking that he's gonna go out in glory and all of that. That because that's what Satan got him thinking. But that's deep right there. That's deep.
But Dr. Ray, do you really think he want to go out in glory? Do you really think he's
Yes,
about
but
to
yes,
like
yes, but yes, because of his pride and ego. But even in a circumstance like that, I'm gonna tell you what I saw too. I saw fear. I saw fear because in that moment when light was meeting darkness, he realized that he ain't had that, that he ain't all what he been putting up to the people that he is. With that night there, y'all saw a whole different side when he came up against light. That's
He was he was
darkness.
he was scared crazy Hawaiian was gonna smack the shit out his ass. He was scared. He was, he was scared to death. Boy, that boy was shaking in his club foot, boy. He had them air babajis on, boy. He ain't know what the hell to do, man. He knew some kind of way, man. He was gonna go all the way out, and everybody that was dumb enough and that was crazy enough to be with his dumb ass, they were gonna die with him if it came down to it.
Listen, he would rather go without the pain. If he can go in silence, he'll rather go that way versus pain because he's
right.
scared.
Hey, y'all, pardon me for a second. My husband just coming home from work. So Dr. Ray, if you can unmute while your world do your thing, I'll be
Okay,
right back.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, but
All
that's what.
fact.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm here.
No, no, I was just saying that if he can go out in glory for as no pain, because you remember even years back, world, how he was working them all up on that bus when the authorities came on that bus, and he out there screaming and hollering because they them
When he
police
was
was
on
putting them
when he was in Costa Rica. Yeah,
right.
and then when that man had choked the shit out of him,
Come
had him
on,
on his knees and shit. At him, he told that man, he said, I love you. And I'm like, oh, so you love your oppressor type of shit. You done talked all this Billy badass shit. Now
come
your
on.
ass on bending knees like boys to men. Like, you know what I'm saying? You on there like boys to men and shit, telling the man you love him and all this. That's the same stuff he was doing in Hawaii
Yes,
when
he
he was out
did.
there talking to
Yes,
men,
he
when they
did.
was standing out there and he
Mm-hmm.
was on the live and stuff and he was making that big old scene. He was standing out there and everybody was walking out the house, walking up out of damn garage and shit like they got a MTV cribs and shit or whatever. He walking up out that motherfucking Airbnb, and then when he got out there and stuff, he was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we
Yes,
complied. Yeah, thank you." I'm
the
like, you
police
said
is
all this.
good. When he kept saying the police is good, they very good. Now we animals, we low down and all of this, but he gave the utmost respect to them. They good. They doing their
He
job.
gave. That's right. And like I say, prior to all of this, when he was in Managua, Nicaragua, he even said that he loved the government
Sure
and
did.
everything like that.
Sure
Hey,
did.
look at here. He done been put it out here. It just be so subliminal that people miss it because see, they
Come
be
on,
too
it
wrapped
go.
up on their own shit. See, all this right here in a book, all this, look, all this is right here. It's
And
look, it's
you
all
know
in the
what
form
else,
of the book. Uh-huh.
brother? You know what else?
Hit me.
It confirmed the government fraud too.
That's right. That's
Fraudulent
right.
money coming to them,
Right. That's
and
right.
he's up there getting all that fraudulent money from all them different people, walks of life.
That's right.
That's
And
crime
see,
within itself.
see, he been doing that for a minute, and
Yes,
like we were speaking on, see his elitists, boss men and stuff or whatever.
come
They
on,
never would have ordered for him to stick his club foot in his mouth and come over here and then type in my chat talking about that he actually did kill Mama Dia and
come on.
that other women, other people should get done like how Mama Dia got done. Now that was the actual account. Y'all seen him come up on the panel prior to that, use the exact same damn account. And it's like now it to me, Dr. Aurelia, I don't know what he crying out for, but I
Hmm.
do believe that he
Mercy,
is crying out. I think that he is at that
mercy. Let
point
me
right
tell you
now.
something. Let me tell you
He at
something,
that point
world.
right now.
The what he has done to others with that spirit that's in him that used him to overpower everybody. That same spirit is now working against him because that's how Satan does. He is trying to pay the piper now for all you have done. So now he's confessing things that he is it's like blurting out that he don't even understand why he blurting out. The reason why is because light is in his presence. Light, he's now facing the light. He's now facing and when that happens, Satan can't do nothing but reveal himself in front of the Most High. He telling it all. He thinking that that's gonna do it, but that's not gonna do it because you can still see him moving in all of that. You can still see him moving in his arrogance and his pride and his ego.
That's a fact. That's a hey yo, that's a major fact within itself. But just like how we know, that everything does come to an end within itself. I think that he is in
Hmm.
right now because he's not only feeling certain shit, but you got to think about how often that this has been happening. He's allowed people to come within his circle, to come within his camp, and they just straight up just done flipped on him. Now, for years, people have been afraid of him, didn't want to talk about it. They left. You
Come
ain't
on.
hear nothing about it or whatever. But now it's as if that his power is diminishing. It's like it's getting dull now.
But
And
then,
it's like
but then,
even
but
the
then
women are
then the
not
Most High
afraid of him
told him
anymore.
that. Then the Most High
Huh?
told him that it's
Huh?
reckoning day.
Come
It's
on, come on,
reckoning day.
come on with it.
That's
That's
Come
what
right.
the
on with
Most
it.
High was explaining. Your power, I don't care. Even when he was thinking that he's protected, he finna see now when you coming up against the Most High power overrides all powers. It
That's
don't
right.
matter who you got on your side on earth.
Hmm.
It don't matter.
Hmm.
You coming up against
Yep.
a power now that nobody can save you. Nobody.
That's right.
So
and
that's
and
what
and,
he's
and
facing.
that's right. And see, that's a fact within itself. And like I say, with everything that he's facing right now, it's undeniable. It's nowhere to run. He can't get in. He can't get in the closet and stuff like that or whatever. Because when he get, that's right. Because when he get in the closet, he know
I
even
cannot.
even broader audience is listening. It's not the people that are rocked to sleep and that's
Come on.
just in his live because they see, a couple hundred people and stuff like that or whatever that's over there. He know that it hurt right now because the people that really are giving some sound thinking to this shit right here, they
You better
tuning
work.
in right now. And we is just tearing this ass all the way up so much to the
That's
point.
fact.
Um,
Hey, look here. If you will, Miss Meat, if you can
Let's
mute
go.
up
Let's
for a
go.
second, Dr. Ray, that's right. I want to go back into this right now. And if you can, from where that we left off, let's go, yo. Let's go with the him man, the man, and all that. Matter of fact, let me run back a page. Okay, boom, we here. Matter of fact, let me go back
Hey,
some more.
world, right quick,
All right, we right.
right quick.
Uh-huh.
Both of us came. I'm gonna have to unmute because you get choppy when both of us mute up. So it shouldn't be no noise in my background. But if we both
Go
mute
ahead.
up,
Go ahead.
you
Go
get
ahead.
real choppy. No, okay. You gonna read or you want me to read?
Nah, go ahead. Go
Where
ahead and
we at?
read now. You good.
Okay, where we at? I'm sorry. I have to let my husband in. At the top, anything. The truth is
Yeah, let's
Babaji
go.
told every. Okay, truth is Babaji told everyone who to be with and who not to be with, and he got to pick and choose who he would sleep with at any given moment. He's the only man in the house who could decide randomly that he wanted to sleep with anyone new who came into the family in order. For them to embody the knowledge, in fact, a new member named Anoki Eloa, hope I said that right, had come into the group while Niza and I were on the road trip. Apparently, she only lasted one day. Eferu told me she did not want to have sex with Babaji, so she had to go, and she claimed she would make her own journey to Hawaii without carbonation. For instance, I'm not sure if Malia knew what Babaji and I were doing in the other room, but that night in the other room, but that might, but she was not in position to question him. No one is. Even when he came to pick me up in Georgia, he said he had never done this before and that he could feel Malia was jealous, but that still never stopped him from doing what he wanted and everyone adjusted accordingly. However, in lieu of the tone on the live, we had to protect Babaji at all costs. I wasn't going to let him go out like that. I was still very protective of my Messiah. Then the calls became really aggressive. Some of the Hawaiians were calling in and calling him a nigger and threatening him to meet him to fight. Yeah, we seen that. Him man to man and to get off the island because carbonation was not welcome there. What happened? Where-
This
where we
probably
at?
got your memory jogged up now because we had read through it, but when you left, you kind of forgot the part that we was at.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
just ran through
Okay.
that part. So I'm gonna
I
get it
got you.
back to exactly where it said. You can start right there.
Got you. So he told Laurel to get him some wine. It had to be two. Oh, okay. I got you. So start right there. I told him to please stop talking that way. He said it's true. Look at Pac and Biggie and Marley. He said that's the price. I constantly fell so deeply in love with his wisdom and understanding of life. I could feel every word. His knowledge in the black community is unmatched. He is the first to bring the five sciences and Gagu explained together and is simply the meanings. I never once questioned the knowledge. It's what truly drew me in. Even with all the previous live sex on Instagram and speaking of creating, an OnlyFans page, exploding my sisters. I always felt like he did that too because he was hurting, not having Nana. I cursed him out so bad about doing the live sex before I got the carbonation. He told he told me sex was natural and that being a divine woman allows a woman to be sexual. But I knew Nana would have never allowed that type of behavior. So I was so thankful she was coming back so things could be in order again. But the drama seemed to never stop. Even though we got the good news about Nana, we were all in fear of being arrested. Babaji told us that all the people who were in the beach video live will be arrested. He told everyone to make sure they hide their phones. Hmm. He said I wouldn't go to jail, so he designed me to keep everyone's phone. He designated me to keep everyone's phone. Sorry. He gave me all the team's phone numbers, Musa numbers. I guess that's their way of speaking, y'all. And gave me all the people to call to get bail money from. He also told me I was in charge of Nana and baby Ellie coming and that I had to guard them with my life. And I swore to him that I would. He gave me Nana's flight info and I was going to pick her up at the airport. That day we all ate solar noon around 6 p.m. But Babaji said he had no appetite. He just kept drinking wine. About 8 p.m., Babaji got the dreaded call from Pice that everyone was being detained at the second location except him and Kite because they weren't in the video. I got on the phone and pretended to be Pice's attorney. Pice had me on speaker and I told the officer that they had no right to arrest anyone and that Pice should take all of the badge members and names of every police officer because they were discriminated against them. Then the police explained that Pice and Kite had to move to a hotel because Airbnbs were not legal during quarantine unless it was long term, which we fit that description because we rented each Airbnb for over 30 days. But they said Pice and Kite had to leave. I told them they had no money and could not be left homeless. So the cops offered to put them in a hotel and we refused. The cops stayed for hours questioning Pice and Kite. Pregnant Zoka, Syrian, Mente, Fuji, and Caliber all put in handcuffs for breaking quarantine, which they reviewed from the video. After a few hours of remaining on the phone with Pice, they then arrested him and Kite for being at a different address location. Then, what they wrote for the entry form in the hotel. We all put the addresses that we were given by the team captains. So they did nothing wrong because none of us knew which house we were going to when we first arrived. Only that Babaji wanted two locations to separate the group. Babaji was relieved he was not in the house with Pice and Kite, but he also knew they would soon discover the second address from the same forms. Pice and Kite were detained, and Babaji told us prepare. We were all next. I still didn't think I would be detained because I thought the address I was given to write was correct. We all slept. We all went to sleep super late, like midnight, and usually we were in bed by Musa Musa time, which is 8:30 to 9 p.m. max. The next morning, Babaji went live and didn't say anything about the first group being detained. He went on speaking on his innocence and said, we came in peace and we wanted to cause no harm or no danger to anyone. That morning, everyone's bags were packed. I still didn't realize the magnitude of what was happening. I took a long shower that morning and got dressed up. Not until after a few hours of Babaji on live, he said they are coming to arrest him. As he was on live, the entire SWAT team showed up and barricaded the premises. About 10 trucks and huge men in uniform and Uzis lined up and got the megaphone and said for every person to come out the house with their hands up. Baji told the officers they were all on live and said he needed to put on decent clothing and shoes and that he would come right out. He came over to me and gave me the phone and told me to keep everything on live. He walked out and the police handcuffed him at the front of the gate of the house. All the soldiers went in after him one by one. Then Malia and Aya also went out. Natiri and Sheba also went out with Jahumi in her hand. Me and Niza were the last two in the house. I hid all the phones in the couches like Babaji told me to, so police didn't have evidence. I still never came out the house. The police are still on megaphone saying for everyone to come out. Hold on, world. Can we talk about that for a second? Because I want to stress how you spoke on them hiding them devices.
Come on.
Yeah, that's there it is right there. Go ahead. I'm muting all the way up.
You said,
Come on.
watch this. Look at them. They hiding them. They hiding
Mm-hmm.
them devices.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
listen. You rewinded because I didn't see it at first. But when you rewinded and said they are hiding these devices, why do he keep hiding these devices?
Come on now. What's in it?
Aurelia, what you think?
I think it's dealing with a lot of inappropriate funds. I think it's dealing with a lot of sex trafficking. I think it's dealing with everything dealing with what they got him out here to do, the elites. I do. I do.
The evidence, like, listen,
Cause
I you know what
like
I
I
think?
said,
You know what I think?
go ahead.
I think actually that being that all of those phones, he got the account to all of their accounts, and they all have that main account that him and her actually activates on him and the Naji, right? You got to think about all of the other illicit type of videos and photos throughout that
Come
Apple
on.
iPhone cloud account that's connected to a whole lot of other stuff. See what he does in so many different ways without even saying it is that he collectively incriminate every damn body. So he got the
Come on
mentality
now,
that if
brother.
I go down collectively, then
Everybody going. Come
everybody
on.
ass gonna go down. That's just the way that it's gonna go. See, they can't
Come
see
on.
that, but I see exactly what the hell is going on.
Me too.
you sure do, and you've been saying it. That's why a lot of these people hush the hell up and don't say
Do you
anything when they leave carbonation.
do you not
Blackmail.
remember the part when they were when I told you when I was like, yeah, she got that phone. Cause see, she went live on the wrong phone. And
Yep.
when she hit that
Mm-hmm.
phone, that was that Nanaji account. And Nanaji wasn't even there. Cause see, Nanaji, when she left, right, that was that phone that Babaji was using when that iPhone was real clear. So when she left, he kicked her all the way up out of the account and stuff like that. He had called,
That's
he had
right.
conducted a and all that fuck shit, changed the password and all that. But then old girl had that other phone. That's how I knew that he was locked up. Cause I was like, he don't let nobody touch that phone right there. That's that old phone right there. And when she got on that
And you've
Jim J,
been saying that, world.
I was just finna
that's right,
say. Yep.
that's right,
You've been
and
saying that.
that's why
You said it's
that's when
one
I told
phone
y'all
that he won't let
it's that
everybody touch.
old phone. That's right. And that's that same phone when I told y'all about that account when he was on there and when he was commenting on Pop Marquez baby mama when he was talking about her
Right.
butt and stuff like that. That was that same damn phone right there. That was that same phone, Jim Jane. So when he told her to hide it, that's why they came with the 52 fake out in the bathroom. And then when they were going down the steps, when that Jeep was right there, they were reaching behind there and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that or whatever. See, they be smoking and all type of stuff. I've been told when y'all were laughing at me and shit. I'm telling you, man, them chaps, man, they be
Mm-mm.
smoking and everything. And that's their
I
mentality
believe you.
that with children. Oh yeah, that ain't nothing but a big Back.
I believe you.
Shit, I believed you. I
Everywhere he
believed
ever
you.
went, everywhere he ever went, and when the
Yep.
police get involved, he hide that phone. But what
Good
another thing that
man.
what you just read, Miss Meat, that came across to me is how he is ready. He's ready and willing to throw anybody under the bus that is necessary. You
Mm-hmm.
heard how he said he was glad that he wasn't in that first house. That's your man. Why would you say that if
Speak
they
it,
your
Aurelia.
huh?
Speak it.
You know what I'm saying? If them your people, ain't nowhere in the world I'd be happy that they gone and not me. You know what I'm saying? I have the same compassion as if it was me. Cause I am my people and my people is me. You see what I'm saying? He don't
That'd
care.
be just like that'd be just like somebody run up in my house
Come on.
and taking my husband and my daughter to jail, and I'm sitting here and I'm
Exactly.
saying I'm glad I wasn't here. What?
Exactly.
Who does that? He called them family. So if
Come on.
they're family, why would you say I'm glad I wasn't in that house?
That's why I know if anything come down, he gonna throw all they gonna show because you already see how he moved now. He ain't loyal. He's not loyal to nobody in that house. He don't care. He's selfish.
Man, he'll throw that damn baby
So
under the bus if he
let me
can.
show you.
He'll be like, she did it. He'll throw that baby under the bus. He'll be like, she did it. I ain't do it. She did it. Like,
Baby
he'll throw that
Eliana out
baby
there.
under the bus. He don't care about nobody but himself.
He
He'll
sure
throw
don't.
baby, man, he'll throw baby Tron on the bus for us in a hot minute.
It's
What?
sad, but it's the truth though, Miss Me. You're right. He would throw baby
Mm,
Eliana if he had a chance under the bus. Yes, he
yes, he
will.
would. If he can get out of it, he'll throw her under the bus. Let's
That's messed
continue,
up.
world. I know. Let's
Okay.
continue,
By the
world.
hairs of my
Oh,
chinny chin chin. By the hairs on my chinny chin chin. I
that's
think
right.
y'all ready, man. Let's go, yo.
The police were still on the megaphone saying for everybody to come out. Next thing you know, police were surrounding the entire house and checked the tents in the backyard and then came in through the open garage into the house. They said, everyone, hands up and out of the house. I told them that they didn't have a warrant and couldn't come in to the house. They said, couldn't come in the house. They came into the kitchen, looked around in the bedrooms. I was still standing at the garage door. I told them I needed to get my bags and grab my purse, spray my fragrance. Why she sprayed fragrance? We'll talk about that. And told myself, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to smell like God. Don't ask me. I roll emoji. I came out and walked over to the cops and they said, "Oh, your voice sounds very familiar." And then we all, hmm, laughed. I said, they are like my little brothers. Don't you have family? What wouldn't you do? Officer Rio smiled and said, "Come on, Sybil," which shocked me that they knew my name. I'm gonna read that again.
Mm.
Officer Rio smiled and said, "Come on, Sybil," which shocked me that they knew my name. They cuffed me and they put me in the back seat. Then Efaru was the last person to be arrested. They let Sheba stay, even though she was also in the video because she was with Jahumi, and they also let Rose stay with her kids. As they drove in a regular white pickup truck, I had no fear. The police were very kind and gentle. I told them we just came to live in nature and that the spirit of the island would prove our innocence. I told him that for spiritual reasons, we had to go to the water, and greet nature. They told me they understand that and that this has never happened before in Hawaii. They said they have never seen a group of Black people come to Hawaii like this before, and that what people were saying about us was very disturbing. I asked them, "Do you feel we are dangerous people?" They said, "Not at all. But this was the orders they were given." They said that they didn't know what they. Oh, I'm sorry. They said they didn't know what would happen to us, but it should be over soon because they had real predators kidnapping the women in Hawaii, and we're not real criminals at all. Hmm. We got to the detention center. They took our mug shots. Then, as we walked over to the cell, I told them I wanted to make my phone call. They said, okay. They wouldn't allow it once they finished the, hey, world, can you do that right quick? Can you uh, take up right quick?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead and mute up for a second. The paperwork as we approached the cell, we heard yerp really loud. First face I saw was Babaji. He said, "Oh shit, they got you, Earth." Then and I shrugged. He told me to relax. We were in the cell next to him. Me, Aya, Malia, Efru, Natiri, and Niza. In his cell, he had True, Sounds, Caliber, Musa, and Solar. He asked us through the cell if we were okay. We all said yes. Everyone was really cool and calm. We sat quiet most of the time. They brought us salad and beans for dinner because we didn't want meat. Babaji called to me and said, Earth, did you tell Sheba to pick up Nana at the airport? And I confirmed. Rose would pick her up and that I gave Sheba your phone so when Nana calls, everyone knows what's going on. I asked the officer if I could please have a phone call. So when I went to the back room, their phones could not dial long distance. So I asked if I could please use my cell phone. They got it for me in my purse, and I immediately video called Sheba. I asked if she was okay. She said yes, and I told her Babaji gave orders to make sure Nana and baby Ellie, princess, is picked up at 7. She confirmed yes that she would go with Rose to pick them up, and food was ready and they were set. I told her I was thankful and I love myself. Then we hung up and I gave my cell phone back. I got back to the cell and told Babaji and Nana would be picked up and everything was good. He put his through the cell and we wrapped our fingers together and sealed it. 1 minute later, one of the officers came over and his shirt, he said a yin yang symbol. And I called the Babaji and had him look at his shirt. I told him this was confirmation that Nana was good. He was ecstatic. And then I sat at the end of the seat and reached for his hand. We did the same seal intertwined high five hand. I love doing that with him. Somehow it made me feel safe. Then they brought up all plastic beds. We laid them out on the floor, lined up next to each other, and then we all just laid down. Then I told Babaji to ask for his call because Nana should be there by then. Then the officer was really nice. He brought Babaji my phone and then he FaceTimed Nana. They laughed. He told her he was okay. She said, I love you several times, and then he hesitated but said it as well. I love you too. He knew we were all listening in the next door cell. I was so happy to hear her voice. That was one of the things I loved about her the most was her raspy, airy voice. Then Sheba got on the phone with True and they said we had gotten $980 in donations, which was just enough to bail us all out if the bail was $1,000, only 10% each. Then I told Babaji that I had $23 in cash in my wallet, and all the guys started saying, oh, she got a plan B. Earth is trying to escape. We all laughed because it was only $23, but no one is ever allowed to have money. So they said I was keeping a stash. Musa kept repeating it. Earth is gonna escape. We all kept laughing, but I'd be lying if I said that thought didn't stay in the back of my mind, especially at the moment sitting in prison for the first time ever in my life. Then Babaji called out to the first group and checked in on everyone one by one. He said, Zoka, you good? She said, yes. Pice, then Kite, then Syria. When he said star, there was no response. He said star 3 more times and said, knockout 25. I was dumbfounded, but then finally she heard and said, Yerp, I'm good, Babaji. I was on the other side of the cell. I couldn't hear you. Then Fuji checked in and last was Mente, but he couldn't hear anything because he was in the cell by himself. Very far, finally, someone yelled after him that Babaji said to report, and he gave a light. Europe, Apparently, he was in deep meditation. We always had a running joke with Mente because he was so cool and peaceful, always zen. We called him the divine feminine in a good way. He was always the calm and sound of reason and love. In prison, they called each one of us one by one. They asked me first if I wanted to make a statement. I said not without a lawyer. They had me sign a paper and walk me back into the cell. Every time somebody was called out, we said, Europe, to keep the moral up. I told Babaji what they asked me, and because I said I need a lawyer present, they didn't question me. Then Babaji said, no one give a statement. I will answer everything. So everyone went really smooth and quickly. Lunchtime came around and we ate the same meal, beans and salad. No one complained. We all shared and ate happily, except for Niza. She still wouldn't eat anything. I think it was like day 7 that she had no food. I told Babaji that Naza wasn't eating, and he told her to eat, but she didn't. That day, things got real daunting. Babaji called Nana and found out that none of the bail bonds wanted to help with us because of the combination, affiliation, and out-of-state offenders. So he told her to keep calling every bail bond, and that someone would
Hey,
have to take.
world. Can we talk about that right quick before
Oh
you
yeah,
move
go right
on?
ahead. Go right ahead.
So, Niza hadn't ate for 7 days.
Come on.
Okay, this woman has not ate for 7 days, and they just took it lightly like that.
Come on.
That tripped me out, world. I'm sorry, Aurelia, Dr. Aurelia. I don't know what to say about that. They
He
said
better be
this
glad.
was, and
He better be glad he ain't bust her damn ain't bust his damn skull to the white meat. That woman want no damn money. She won't want no food. She want no
yeah,
damn.
I forgot about that.
But
You're
but
right.
but do y'all notice how his character changed? You
Yeah.
don't see no arrogance in there. You see a little boy. You don't see no puffiness. You
Every
don't
time he,
see.
every time he deal with the law,
Come on now. Come on. It's like
every
you
time he
with
deal with
that
the
that
law,
that that bark and that bite. You don't see up and there. You see him
somebody
the
he
minute
ready
y'all.
to die.
You know why? Because he try to blend his character in with everybody else. You get what I'm saying? So that he won't
Right.
stand out as the leader in that situation. In other words, he tried to show one of them up versus himself. He
My
tried to
thing
show them
is,
up.
if this
Babaji will
girl
tell
has
on his
not,
own mama if it came down to it. He'll tell on
Come
his
on
own
now.
mama, man.
Come on now. For
In the
real
name of
though.
Bruce Lipton, in the name of Bruce Lipton, he'll tell on.
In the name of Bruce Lipton.
I thought you had walked out a while ago where I said he'll tell on baby strong jaw in the name of Bruce Lipton. Like he ain't studying none of that. But none of that.
Hey, look here. Hey, meet when that white man had his fingers in his butt, boy, he was wishing they were Bruce Lipton so bad.
I
It
cannot.
just, but it just tripped me out how this girl has not. This lady, I'm not gonna say girl. This woman has not eaten in 7 days, and they are ignoring it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
at this point, they had just got to jail. So, did he want her to die? I'm not getting this.
But see,
Like at
but
some
that
point,
but also it shows the mentality of people that he preys on. These are the people that he prey on, people just like her, that's sick mentally,
That's right.
emotionally.
That's right. That's right. And he could take over their finances. But the way
Come on
Babaji
now.
looked at it, if her ass would have fell out died, he ain't owe her that. He ain't care. Babaji ain't
Uh,
shit. I keep
no,
telling
no,
y'all.
he would have did a
he ain't shit.
he would have did a like Ike brother world. You down me, I'ma kill
Yeah,
you. You down me,
you
I'ma
down
kill
me.
you.
Yeah, right. You down me. I'm a key. I'm a key, bitch. You hear me? Die. I'm a key. Just like Ike Turner did Tina. I'm trying to tell you. Like I just, like Dr. Ray, I was stunned. I'm like, this girl has not eaten 7 days.
Oh my
Y'all didn't
God, yo,
tell
this
the
shit is
law
real.
she haven't eaten 7 days. Like at some point,
Hey,
okay, she
look.
had a look.
Then, hey, look, me. Then after 7 days on that picture when they showed that mugshot picture, you could tell, hey, look, you could tell when she was laying down that she laid down on that
Yeah.
plastic ass mat, and her hair was all matted up.
She was looking like the Lion King. The Lion
Her
King.
Her
That's how
shit
she
was
was looking.
matted to the side. So that
her
means
shit
she
was looking
slept
like
on
a
the
grand
same
racer,
side.
man. Her shit looked like a grand
Look,
racer, man. You know how that grand racer when they lose that grip on that motherfucker.
She slept on the same side every day too, because one side was matted like a motherfucker. Like, she slept on the side where she could watch them or something. I don't know. But at
Man,
some point,
she would look
like
like
it
that
seemed like
lion.
y'all would have told the authorities that this woman ate 8 and 7 days.
Y'all ain't shit.
I'm just saying, like,
Hunger
it's
strike.
kind of too feed you at some point now. I don't know what to say.
A
It
mess.
was shocking and it was alarming to me. All right, let's go. Let's get back into. I just listen, y'all. As this book go on, listen. We read chapter 1, 2, and 3 pretty easily, but as it go on, we gonna have to
It get better and better. It get better and better. Entertain. This
like
a
I was.
movie.
Oh,
This is a
oh
movie.
man. But the
That's
thing
why that's
is,
why
the
we
world.
on deck. And like I said, we just gonna keep busting down
Come
chapter
on
for
now.
chapter and just keep on getting the commentary on it, man. We up for it. You know it's funny as hell any damn
Come
way.
on
That's
now.
why
It's
we in the
funny.
build.
It's sad, but it's funny at the same
Make
time.
it make sense. That's
That's
all we
it.
doing. Like we can't help the situation, but we making it make sense. Like you gotta laugh. Like when stuff is funny, I can't help it. I laugh. I've been getting in trouble since
Oh,
I was a little girl. Even if it wasn't funny to somebody, if it was funny to me, I damn laugh. Don't take it
r-
offensive. It's just funny.
right. Because it's crazy.
I'm just saying.
I'm I'm going through a few more pages, and
Okay.
then I'm mute all the way up. But I'm gonna go through a few of these pages right quick. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these joints out. Okay. It would have take the case, but no one ever did. I started to get sad, and I wondered if my sister and my family knew about what was happening and how embarrassed that I was that at 39 I was arrested. I laid down, and the water came flowing out my eyes. Out of nowhere, Baba G called out Earth. I said yes, not Yerp. It's like he could read my thoughts. I couldn't believe it. He said, "Stop thinking negative. Just remember everything great. Every great leader has been in prison. Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, all went behind bars. Uh, how else can you help humanity if you don't experience the black community struggle?" He said this was giving me the experience, so now I could help heal more people and be able to understand the plight. He heard me sniffing and told me to stop crying, and nothing was gonna happen to me. He said, "I already know. You've never been to jail." Then he asked everyone else. Nate Terry said yes, she was in jail for an expired license. Aya said yes. Afro said no. And I think Malia said no also. He told all of us that we were doing this for our people, that the universe is telling us to see how strong we are, and that this is just the beginning of what's going to happen in Babylon. I felt some form of relief, but the tears kept rolling. Every time I thought about my family, especially my sister, my baby sister just died, which was hard enough. And I want to say rest in peace. And was hard enough on the family. And now this. I kept debating if I was going to call them for help. So I asked Babaji. He said no one can call your family for no reason, no contact with outside. He called out to the others and said the same thing. No one contact Babylon family for no reason, and everyone confirmed it. Said yerp. So that was the end of that struggle. Once an order is given from Babaji, it's law. Lunchtime came and it was beans and salad again. We all ate and shared, no complaints. Naza still refused to eat. Babaji had told us that the bail was 2K, so only him, True, Musa, and Solar would be getting out so they could work on all of us being released by getting more funds. Babaji called out and checked in with everyone one by one again, and we were all in check. By evening, dinner came and they offered us a cup of noodles. Malia said she didn't want that and we shouldn't eat it because of the chemicals, but Babaji heard and said for us to eat everything they gave us. So we all got noodles. Even now, the
Eat them,
ate this time.
eat
So
them
we were
chemicals.
all so happy and cheer her on. Malia made a comment and said, "Yeah, she only wants to eat that real Babylon shit." I really didn't get it because I was just happy to see her eat something. I did tell her she was definitely shrinking and she smiled, and everyone agreed she was getting smaller by the second. Mm.
Babaji said, eat everything they give y'all. That means the sausage, the bacon, the
That's
goddamn
right.
Babaji,
GMO.
That's right.
Babaji say eat every
He's
goddamn
so low down. He is low
that
down.
Babaji say he eat everything. Babaji done had him up in there
Okay.
And
starving. And
honestly,
now
and
go
when
to hunger fit. Huh? She on the hunger strike and everything and about to go crazy over that motherfucking money and then
and he
Babaji
and
don't give a
She
fuck.
wanted a cup of noodles.
That's
he
all she
Okay,
wanted with
naming
the
the
noodles.
wrong people. He naming the wrong people when he dealing
that's
with the
right.
leaders. He should be naming Jim Jones and Charles Manson. That's more. Don't put Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in that. Name your people, Jim Jones, because you're a
Dr.
white
Rich,
man.
No, no,
don't
Listen,
put
no.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King in
Jim
that.
Doctor
Jones and Marilyn Manson.
Doctor Bruce Lipton. I can show you some
Okay,
Doctor Bruce Lipton
that's
videos.
you. That's your
He
people.
a he a whole live weirdo. He is a
White
whole
man.
live
He's a
You
white
weirdo. That
man
showed
with a
us.
black body.
man, look at here. Babaji, love that man. He praised
Come on
everything
now.
about Bruce Lipton.
Come on.
That's right. See what he be doing, right? He be a yo with the power invested in him with all fuck shit. That be that
Not the
Bruce
power
Lipton
invested in you.
and all fuck shit. That be that Bruce Lipton. He be putting all that weirdo shit out there. That's why they be acting like that. The motherfuckers be hungry, forming at the mouth and
Yeah.
shit. Babaji be eating the motherfucking nuts and shit in that bitch
He
falling
said
out the
they
side of his mouth. I'm telling you, man, he be tormenting their ass, man. It's straight torture
I'm
over there.
telling you, that's the
Look at
truth.
there.
That's the
When hey,
truth.
look at there. When that motherfucking noodle juice, you know how motherfucking thick and oily that
I
noodle juice
cannot.
be. When that shit,
Yeah.
when the bottom of the cup touched Nas a motherfucking lip, she was replenished. She hadn't ate shit. Hey, look, she was
Hmm.
withering away. She would wish she would get blue in the
That's
face and
sad, though.
everything.
That's sad.
She wanted them noodles. Hey, let me tell y'all something right quick. Not to get off subject, I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. When my daughter was in college, let me tell y'all, when I went down there to her dorm, right, and everybody in her dorm was eating cup of noodles. Y'all, I promise y'all this. They said to me, because I never liked that type of stuff. It's high in MSG and salt and all that.
Right,
They
right.
they said this keeps us going. I promise y'all.
Wow.
This is what these kids said.
That's what
So
they
with
eat.
Niza being her age and she was out there sex working and things, that's what she was eating, them cup of noodles.
Come on now.
Shit, back in the day, they used to talk about people used to put roots on you and shit like that or whatever. If they wanted to take all our motherfucking ass out throughout
That's right.
low income families and shit or whatever, man. Only thing they got to do is start pumping that motherfucking Marachon, pumping the motherfucking ramen noodles and shit. But them kids would go crazy out the motherfucker. Right? Just
They
think if they went into an
was.
uproar.
Hmm.
Like if they was to
Mm-hmm.
get on the news right now and say with no more ramen noodles, man, they'd be tearing up PlayStations and everything. They'd be throwing them at motherfuckers.
I
Man, they go
cannot.
crazy.
Not the
Every every
PlayStation.
This
every la-
world is
every every
stupid.
every latchkey
I
every
cannot.
latchkey kid in the world out there, boy. Look here, they ain't gotta know how to fix nothing in the world, but they know how to turn that damn stove on with that hot water, make them motherfucking noodles, boy. They'll come back for them noodles, get that motherfucking burner. They go cup. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when she heard about them motherfucking noodles, when them noodles came, and Babati
She
said
woke the
eat
fuck up.
everything, man. Look, well, she woke the fuck. She
I
snapped the fuck back into
cannot.
reality. Shit, that right there should be used for any motherfucker that's willing to or that's about to commit suicide or do any fuck shit. Just get a
Get
noodle
a
and put it
Yep.
in front of their
and a
motherfucking
pack
face.
of
It'll
weenies.
change their whole
Listen,
life.
y'all think he playing?
And a
Y'all
pack
think
of
he
weenies, you
playing?
right?
Listen, I'm telling y'all, we sit up here laughing, but I talked to them kids and
That's
I
the
said,
truth.
all y'all need is these noodles. They said it keeps us going. I was like, wow. So
Right.
he ain't speaking like
And
this
when
is
they want to
dead
get
ass.
and when they won't get
This is
fancy
dead
with the
ass.
and when they want to get fancy with the noodles, they cut some weenies up in it.
They
They
cut
get
them
Yep.
weenies
fancy.
And
up in it.
Yep.
listen,
That
and
motherfucker. Hey, look,
listen,
let me
my
tell you
daughter,
something.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I just gonna tell you about that motherfucking chicken flavor. Because when you get that motherfucking chicken flavor, that motherfucking Maruchan, boy, you eat that
that's the
chicken
only
flavor,
one.
it'll change your whole life. I rock the shirt. I don't even care. I'm hard body with. I eat that beef flavor. Beef for your ass. You feel? Yeah. You get that hot water, that motherfucker. Hey, look, it'll save your life. Look here. I done did
That's the truth
270
though.
days in the hole. I think I
Yeah,
had
you
32.
yeah, world, yeah.
Hey, I was eating them dry. I was eating like 2 or 3 bites like every day
Oh
in that
wow,
motherfucker.
brother.
I was
Wow.
hungry as hell in that motherfucker. I survived. It was dry. I remember I
Oh
looked at it
wow.
one
But you had
time.
to do
It
what
was
you
some.
had
It
to
was some.
do.
Look. It was some crumbs in the bag. I took the bag of the
Not
soup and I
you do.
poured it in my hand.
You
I
ain't
ate it.
told me like
I ate it like a little dollar soup. I was hungry as hell in that motherfucker. Boy, that soup got me feeling, boy, I'll tell you.
so you
God
I'm
feel
gonna tell
almighty,
you.
boy.
you feel Naza. You feel Naza where
Listen,
she at.
I
my
feel her.
daughter.
I feel
Yeah,
that motherfucking. I feel that matted up on the side of her goddamn hair, afro curly thing. I feel everything right now.
Lord, I cannot.
my daughter was the only one who know how to cook in her dorm, like dead ass. Because I've been teaching them how to cook since they were little. So she would cook a dinner for them maybe once a week. And then they would be like vultures. You know how you throw
Mm-hmm.
bread out in the park and
Right.
the birds would, she would cook dinner for them once a week. And they didn't have to eat noodles. And they would tear that shit down.
That's
Like
sure what they say
these kids.
though.
So
Mm-hmm.
when she heard them noodles and she knew what was gonna be at the bottom of that cup, like World said, she was excited as a mother. She started twerking and shit.
Not twerking.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not twerking for the
We got to
noodles.
get more to the book. I'm sorry, y'all. She did. She did.
Not twerking. Oh
Yes,
man.
Pardon us right now, yeah. We will get back to the book, but y'all already know, man. That
that's
motherfucker
right.
Marachan, that motherfucker Raymond Noodle say they done said a whole bunch of lies,
A-
man. And
And families
Niza,
too. And families too. You're right.
hell yeah, but Niza did
Hey,
a true testament up in this motherfucker.
stay unmuted, Dr. Ray. I'm fixing my husband some food.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I say, Niza did she did a true testimony for us, man, with the motherfucking noodles, man. Like straight up,
Come on.
man. Just reading that
That's
part right
right.
there. Now I understand the power now. Shit, you feel me?
Come on now. Come on.
Tell you, man, when we start talking about them motherfucking spirits and all them different energies and shit, man, it's all type of shit up in the motherfucking noodles, man. Like I say, Niza was on like a 7-day force fast
Right.
at that motherfucker. Boy, she heard about the noodles.
But
Hey, she came
people
back. Now
don't
this
equate that brother to him sucking. That's what I mean when he sucked the life. And you heard when Sybil kept saying that he traps the soul. You remember when me and you and it was someone else that was on live. I said what it's all about is the souls. And when she came back and said that to reiterate it, when you go in there, it's to trap your soul. He sucked the life out of them. So that's why they look like they look. That's including losing weight where you
so
can
do
see
you
their bones.
so do you think by him actually getting them to the point where they motherfucking ribs showing and they jawbone showing all up in their face and shit, you can see the ocular herpes real good? Do you think by him getting them weak, that's
Come
easier
on,
for him to be able to manifest his gorilla sexual aggressive,
look.
aggressiveness? You think that's what it is?
When you put in starvation, that's the auto war because that begins to mess with the mind. When you going on a fast, just say for it's the people that go on a fast. That's why they tell you when you going on a fast, you have to be careful because your body attracts demons, demonic entities. So imagine them already in the midst of a demonic situation. Yeah, that makes you very vulnerable. That makes you very vulnerable to attract even more evilness. That ain't no joke. That's the art of war. Our government does that in regards to the enemies. When they want to get to
Mm-mm,
the mindset, they do starvation. That's the art of war.
mm-mm.
Yeah, that's deep.
And it's like I say, he must be getting deep. Cause like I say, when he's starving to death, he be going right up in the dookie shooter every
Where,
time.
where they
He the hey,
train them? You gotta
hey,
understand
Oh
they
my
train them,
God.
brother.
hey.
What you said?
Oh my
What you
God.
say? Where?
World, you got to stop your shit. You ain't shit.
Brother,
He told
You
boy,
ain't shit.
man, shit.
You ain't shit.
so
I
they
swear
getting
to
a
God.
double whammy though. They getting the double dose. That's why they feel like they in euphoria. It's like a high. It's a detachment from reality. That's why I said that's where the kundalini come in. That kundalini ain't no joke.
I'm talking
That's a
about
beast.
Club for be getting all up in your guts. He got a whole
That's
new meaning for getting
come on
all up
now.
in your guts. Fresh banana butter pecan chocolate deluxe. He be getting all up in that mud. Scoop them my ice cream cone. Who tears it up?
Hey,
He all up in there. Child in
And then
Island.
then
hey,
think about
world,
recently
you
who
gonna
we
have to
heard. we heard
You're
that
gonna
one
have
of the
to play
ladies
some
said that they
music
who
for
that
our
was.
Kundalini after all this. Like, this is a lot to soak in right now. I'm saying, or
Nah,
I'm
this shit
ready.
real.
This is a
This
lot to
shit real.
soak in. Like, you're gonna have to get our Kundalini back up because this like we knew it, but we never had the details.
Yeah,
This is
Man,
the
it ain't
difference
no
that
joke.
what
Don't play.
everybody is talking
Honestly
about.
though, that's a deadly spirit.
We
Don't
are
play with
getting
that.
the details of listen, y'all. She the knockout queen. She hard body. Like she 2020 queen for me of the year. Like damn all this corona and all this shit. She's the knockout
I
queen.
cannot.
Do y'all
yeah,
disagree? Because
she done fucked the corona all the way up, boy. She did some shit. She did some shit. Monica Lewinsky was supposed to do or some shit like Ghislaine
what?
Maxwell and shit. Like she did some like some real impossible 007 and shit in the jungle type of shit or whatever. Like she fucked Babaji ass
Yeah,
up.
she knocked
She
corona out.
Boy, she pulled the
Mm-hmm.
goddamn tablecloth off with all of the damn dishes on there, glasses, big ass vases, candles, all,
Like
burning
Cookie
candles,
did.
every goddamn thing. Yeah, did that cookie house,
like
did that goddamn JoJo dancer dance, and
like
every
on
goddamn
like on Empire, like Cookie did on Empire. She snatched
Yeah,
all the
she
food
sure
off the
did.
table,
She
the
sure
dishes
did.
and everything. This is what Sybil did to Dusty. Like she knocked this shit.
she
Like
lost her mind, yo.
she should play for the Braves. God damn it, come play for the
Man,
Braves and knock
And
this
and you
shit
nah,
out
tell
she
the
need
me
to
park.
be on.
and you tell me that the Most High. That's why we got to continue to pray for that sister. Because you tell me that even when she said how it is that carbonation is a soul trapper, and that carbon, the first word carbon is 666. She pretty much talking in regards to the elite. She exposing
Mm-hmm.
all of it. So
That's
That's
right.
all.
she definitely need our prayers for her safety. Real
That's
talk.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
This ain't no
Yep.
And then
joke.
the thing about it is, by you touching on that, and I want to add as well, I want you guys to pay attention on how large that the platform actually is to expose something like carbonation. Because if you look at Nature Boy and Velvet, like they the face of carbonation, you just got it all way fucked up. See, they done been paid to do this. This
Come on.
all been within the script. We got all of the receipts to be able to prove this. This is a mind fuck beyond a damn mind fuck right now.
Come on.
That's all the fuck that it is. We done
Hey,
been here.
world.
We done seen it before. Uh-huh.
That's right. Listen. I think we don't need to read nothing else till we get them lights up. It's 400 and some people in the room. Them lights look skinny. Come on, y'all.
Oh my
We
goodness.
doing this. And he got all the receipts, like he
Amen.
said, that people seem to forget about. Come on, y'all. Get them
Amen.
lights up.
Come
We're going to
get
pause
that
for a
lights
minute.
up.
We're going to
That's
pause
right.
for a minute because lights are free.
It only
Lights are
take a
free.
second.
Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping now. Come on.
It-
Let's go. 272. Let's go. Let's get it up to at least. That's right. Play a song, world, and let's get these likes up to at least 300. Let's go. We're not going no further until we get these likes up. They free. Come on, y'all.
Amen. Amen.
Come on. Get them up to 300. We got 420 people in the room. Let's go.
Yeah, it don't take
We're
but a
not going
second.
no further until we get to at least 300. Let's go. Y'all tripping. Come on now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and we up here. Let's go. We're not going no further. 290, 293. Let's go. 7 more. We can continue the show. Oh, come on. 294. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that light. Come on. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And we up here reading a book for y'all. 298. Let's go. Beam team for life. Let's get it. 300 at least. Let's go. There we go. We at 300. All right.
Okay.
That's,
Y'all
Okay.
that's
All
tripping.
right.
what's up.
Hey, that's
Amen.
what's up right there. Hey,
Amen.
hey, we in here then. They ready
Nah,
for it then.
That's right.
that's right.
You ready? You ready
We
to do
got
the third?
400
Do
people.
the third? You
Yes,
ready to do
let's
the
go. Let's continue.
That's what's up.
all right. We'll go page on it, page out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I'm gonna start it off. Chapter 6, day 2, transferred to federal prison. Today, we were awakened by social services, checking, see if we had been abused or wrongfully handled. This when you come in.
I can't see it.
You can't see it?
You haven't changed it.
Oh, okay. Word.
Oh,
Hold on,
wait,
hold on. I got you. Hold
whoa.
on, I got
Yeah.
you. I got you. Boom, we in there. Let's go.
Okay, we checked at the time and it was 5:30 a.m. I went first and the man asked me tons of questions. Where do I work? I said, I do spiritual work as a life coach. He asked if I ever been arrested. I said no. He asked how much income I made. He asked my home address, which I gave him my New York address before being in Georgia. What my religion was, I said science. He asked if I was married. I said no. Malia then Aya, then Terry, who actually lied and said she never went to jail, which was weird. Efaru went next and last Niza, who said she'd been arrested several times with criminal charges. So we all kind of gave the side eye, but no one asked her, even though I was tempted. Then the men got questioned.
Babaji said yes, he was arrested several times with criminal charges and couldn't really hear the rest of the guys. But I think True said no. When the guards came from around for breakfast, we all unanimously declined beans and salad and decided to wait for solar noon. The guys ate every chance they got. Before we could get to lunch, we were all put in handcuffs, feet chained, which cut up all of our ankles, and dragged to the vans. We were told we had to go in front of the judge. When we got to the place, it was filthy, and all of the women were put in one room with a hole for a toilet and then a separate room next door. Before we got in, we could see the guys through the glass peep, and I gave Babaji a nasty look by.
Now I was completely over it all. We tried to hear each other, but couldn't. Finally, Babaji yelled to the top of his lungs, yerp, and we heard him, so they kept saying yerp back. Then Babaji asked, was everyone good? And Mama Aya said everyone but Mama Earth. So Babaji kept calling to me, and I didn't answer. Everyone was looking at me like I was crazy. I didn't care. I wanted out. And the chains on my ankles had me bleeding, so I was furious. He then said, if you were walking with Jesus, Earth, would you behave like this? I responded, I am walking with the Messiah. That's the only reason I'm here. And everyone was hyped. It was like, hey, you're. So then he said, Earth.
We're going to put you through school so you can be the carbonation lawyer. We're going to be famous. Watch. I laughed and he told me I did a really good job over the phone and all of the people heard about it. I laughed and made me feel a little better, but I was still ready to get out. One by one, we got called out and we each were assigned lawyers. Syrian was first and said that they offered to have a deal to take a flight tomorrow morning and all charges and fines will be dropped. She told them no because when she went out, Babaji was in the peep glass and told her no. So we followed and said, so we all followed suit. I was really upset because I wanted to take the deal.
When it was my turn, Babaji was out at the same time talking to his lawyer. And I called out to him and said, Baba, don't take the deal to get out. And we all met in LA. He said, no, we're going to stick it out. One mind. And I responded, oneself. The big exhale of disgust. After all the women were done, stars started singing, and we were all gave affirmations one by one. I am protected. I am God. I am fully committed. I am victorious. I am powerful. I love myself. On and on we went for over an hour, and the men followed suit. So we were really pumped. Then the guards came out, took us back to the room. We all stood in line and started singing, Shine Bright, Shine Bright. We said, we, we'll walk up to the sun hand in hand. Shine bright.
Shining bright. Oh, shit. It was literally like the slave movie, Singing in Chains. I was hysterically crying out, but somehow I knew I would get out. As we walked towards the room, we saw Babaji being taken in handcuffs, just leaving the same room we were going in. So he heard us all singing. They called us in front of the judge via computer screens, and we all got denied for bail or release because we turned down the offer. I told the judge to please release the pregnant woman, Zoka, because she wasn't safe. She didn't even acknowledge me. We were all put in a huge van and taken to a federal prison. As we pulled up to the prison, it looked normal. Then we got out the vans and the ankle chains really cut us badly. And they had us put our legs behind us, hold on, and lift and unchain us. I told everyone as we got out the van to breathe in deeply and enjoy the air. But the moment we stepped foot in there, it looked like death. There was a desk in the front of 2 cages on the left. Imagine the most disgusting prison movie you ever seen. That rocks was worth. They had a counselor speak to each one of us one by one after they caged us up. I'll never forget Kevin. He cried and told me if I love my family, take the offer and leave because he went to put his worst enemies in his prison. He said inside the worst thing he ever seen, and he has to see it daily. He asked me if I had any mental health issues, and I said no. He asked if I was on medication. I told him
Okay,
we
hold
are
on, world. You
all
got to
healthy.
stop.
And
Go,
told
go,
me,
go, go. You got to
okay.
stop for a second.
Oh no, man. Go ahead, make it stop, man. Make it stop.
you got to, you got to stop for a second. I can't do this. Aurelia.
I can listen. Listen.
She said,
You,
this shit right here. This shit right here, my nigga, like, woo woo. Listen, Sybil, boo, hard body. We appreciate you
I know that's
shouting
right.
this
Thank
shit
you,
right
Most High, for that
here.
sister. Real talk. She giving us the inside. Now, can I say something on them singing?
Yep,
When they were
go ahead.
singing,
Uh-huh.
ain't that's what Charles Manson girls was doing, skipping down the
Yeah,
courtroom
they
hall
were.
singing?
Absolutely.
What they doing
Mm-hmm.
that? Oh, okay then. Okay then. That's why I said his mentor.
But
That's his leader.
they was singing that shining bright, yo. They was, hey, yo, God, my man, that shining bright, yo.
They was in there shining bright, shining bright. They was in there singing their little
And
hearts
and
out.
the-
Poor little
got
Hey,
the
fellas,
and all of them
poor
got
little tink
denied.
tinks.
Babaji,
And got
Babaji was
denied.
in there. Babaji was in there barefoot, standing on that cold ass slab of concrete. He was in there, motherfucker.
enjoying
I mean,
enjoying the free meals. Listen,
Babaji
world, he was enjoying the free meals because he's so goddamn cheap. He was getting 3 meals a day. He was enjoying that shit. That's why he was
hey,
singing
look,
shining
Eat
bright.
everything they get. That's
hey,
why he
look,
said eat everything they
I,
give you.
I inboxed Will down. I told him he need to kick club foot all the way up in his ass shot.
God mama, hey boo. That's my girl. God mama girl. God mama.
We're getting to, my favorite part. For the prison part is my favorite part so far. Cause honey, it could you just imagine being the guards
And
and
smelling
seeing
them
these,
too.
yes, and seeing these people who are in here allegedly because they're part of a cult, and they're all sitting around singing and acting like, could you imagine? Oh my
But
God.
you know what stood out too as well. Since you said that, God, mom, listen how they worded. We ain't never seen black people do it like this. You
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So why he always talk about how we represented black people? No, you represented us because you like I always would say, you always seen it from Caucasian to coat out like that. You ain't never seen
Mm-hmm.
us behaving in such a way like this. Our
That's
people.
right.
So you
That's what I said.
right.
That's what I
So
said. That's
you
what I
see who
said,
they
Dr.
trying to
Ray.
draw. You see
I've
how they who
never
they trying to
seen
draw.
black people like this in my life, and I've
Mm-mm.
been here a long time.
Mm-mm.
Right.
We're
So
all
you know that. So
silly.
that
Yes,
let you
he
see.
is.
My reflection, I thought I tell
You know you stop that now.
You playing shining, but they was in there while it was singing shining bright, they little hearts out. No, they didn't want to be locked up.
Oh, shit. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Club.
I can't.
you know I got it. I live my life the right way. I'm in the tropics and tune tapping to the supreme being. I'm God body. Humble hand like I acknowledge modern day lifestyle.
Boo.
You're right.
Right.
That's some shit I'll be born at the Falcons game if they play some shit like that. You janky mofo.
Hey, but he think this is like his hottest song.
No, I ate. Stupid.
This is the exclusive Babaji. This is the Babaji. Like in his mind, when he get like the greatest, highest award known to man type of shit. Like this is the shit that come on. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, like when he be hitting them in the booty hole and stuff like that and all that. Like this is what be in the
Oh my
background
God.
when he be
But you
interim
see how
and
Mm-hmm.
this be on. This the
But you
song he
see
be
how
thinking about.
you see how symbolic that
Yep.
was. They was all in unison and power singing, but when they got to that judge said denied. That's how it is.
Denied the
That's
Right.
shit
what
up
it
out
is.
of him.
That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now.
They was
Denied.
shining
They
dull.
denied.
They was shining dull. They wasn't shining bright. They was shining dull as a
They ain't
motherfucker.
sang that song no damn more. They was in there arguing about the fighting itself. Listen, first of all, he stood up there and lied and said that they was bad to them in jail. Far as what I've read, no the fuck they won't. Because they
Come on
kept them
now.
all in the same cell.
Mm-mm.
Come
They
on
kept
now.
all the women in the same cell, all the
Liar.
men in the same cell. They
Liar.
kept the family together. So that
Liar.
was a whole ass lie right there. Like what if I go to jail with my sister, we not finna be in the same jail cell.
Hell no.
But
No.
Mrs. Me, you remember when I was telling you how when you said you remember this was a while back and we was talking about them being on live and it was
Uh-huh.
part of a script. Now she just put it
Right.
up there. He said, "What? We gonna be famous." See, everything is for that moment. He wants to be known. Cause he going with the Hollywood. He going with the elite script. Everything they doing at top, he mirroring down low, and that's to get our attention to draw our people in. So what she just
Yes.
said, he said, you gonna be famous. We gonna be famous. That's what it's all
And
Shit.
that's
doing.
why
They
We famous.
mirroring.
We famous though. We famous though. She put us in the book though. You figure me? We famous than a motherfucker. See, they got all that. See that? See, look at that. Look at that carbonation. We ain't had to take no download in the butt or
Ain't
none
gotta
of
do
that stuff. We
nothing.
that,
famous as hell,
that
man. We been here
man,
the knowledge. Yeah, we been here the knowledge. We don't need no download.
Come on now.
we didn't have to take no downloads. We didn't have to
You
take
know
no
down.
late night downloads. We didn't have to run out in the woods in the middle of the night. We didn't
That's
have
no
to do
download.
none of that.
You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got to go
No
do. You ain't got
download.
to go. You ain't got to go pull your pants down and dookie outside and stuff and all that. Your pot.
Mm.
I ain't getting up no
We didn't have
pot,
to do
man.
none of that.
I ain't
You
getting
know?
up no pot, man. Straight up.
I know that's
Oh
right.
man, where they finna be hating on you bad now. Cause you on Amazon, shawty. Like, whoo,
Mm-mm.
I don't know what the troll. See, the difference is now we don't give a damn. You can say what you want to say. We don't even watch you. I don't
That's the
even
truth.
know who's talking about you because I
Mm-mm.
don't watch them. So, but the hate game is finna be really strong. Cause now you on Amazon. Now the make it make sense network is on Amazon. Man, do y'all know how I feel about Amazon? If I took
Mm.
Amazon, I'd be like, just take me. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know. So Amazon is just like Starbucks. I don't know what to say. I'm
That
honored.
that's
Y'all
just
can say
like
what the fuck y'all
carbonation.
want.
Carbonation didn't know what the fuck to say when they brought the motherfucking soups out there though. You feel what I'm saying? When they
Come
brought
on.
that when they hey
I cannot.
They brought that motherfucking ramen noodle up in that night and lost her motherfucking mind. That's hey, she lost her whole mind at that motherfucker. That motherfucking that wop to the side ass little curly afro she had from laying on that motherfucking plastic mat.
Look, the world no
Nice have been
bullshit.
going.
Like
Nice have been going
she
through it
was,
since day one.
but listen,
That's
her
the truth.
hair being cut off really screwed her up. Oh,
That was
I
like
told
like
you
Samson,
it
the
was
story
like
of Samson to her.
Then she got the herpes too. She got the herpes. Cause you know that boy
mm-hmm,
Nubian. You remember when Nubian said that
Mm-hmm.
stuff
that's the
about him
truth.
and Serenity? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that
I
when
yep,
remember.
Nubian
of
was on
course
there
we
with
do.
Serenity? So you know
Mm-hmm,
she got the herpes. Cause you remember when they were walking in the park and all that stuff when Nature Boy was basically thought that she wanted him type of shit when they was in little 5 points and shit walking around and
Right.
stuff
yep,
and all that. And
Right.
Nubian was wrapped up with he smashed her butt naked with no condom on. No, that's right, butt naked. See what I'm saying? Swap
yep.
juices
Mm-hmm.
and everything. All of those nasty
Oh
stuff
my
that been
goodness.
transferred. She out of pocket, ain't getting her money back, and she got a disease for the free. See, now think about this now.
Not for the
Sybil,
free free.
Sybil put out a book for the free.
He said free,
Sybil put
free.
out a book for the free. But then Nyla got the herpes for the free. And everybody else that let Nubian smash, they got that for the free.
Right. And, oh, you stupid. You so damn crazy. But, but but listen, I don't them noodles, I'm telling y'all, them be life for them young people, y'all. I'm
That
trying to tell
is
you,
the
Mm-hmm.
truth.
I heard it for myself. Like I asked
Them
them
noodles. I
girls,
finna say them
I
noodles
asked them
save a
kids in
lot of
that
families.
dorm.
Yeah.
Yes, it be life for them. So when
Mm-hmm.
so they all like she hadn't eaten 7 days, so they all should have gave her they cup of noodles because they didn't want them anyway. Like they
Man,
non-GMO, they been
man,
eating. They should gave her all them
them
cups of
motherfuckers,
noodles,
they
like
look at here.
all 8 of
They
them.
they just didn't show Mama Earth, but like I say, them motherfucker been going to Wendy's and everything, man. Much as I talk about
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
honey butter chicken biscuit, man, that motherfucker done tried that mother. He was like, man, I gotta try it, man. He done double back and everything with his club ass feet. He done told them shit. He done told them some dumb shit. You know they done tried to get a little salad and shit like that and all that. That nigga done got that biscuit before, man. He know about that original extra crispy chicken sandwich. He know what that motherfucker tastes like. He be listening to me, that 4
Right.
for 4 and all that. That's how they got back eating meat when I told y'all.
Well, that's what she said though. Everything about them
Yeah,
behind
she
the scenes
did.
is a
You,
fraud.
you already had said
It's
it.
a fraud.
went
So we
went
know
to
she
the
ain't lying.
They
went to the
acting.
Waffle House.
Mm.
Godmama, they went to the Waffle House. The Waffle House. I don't eat nothing from the Waffle House unless they
Come on
clean the
now.
grill. They got to clean the grill before I eat
I
something
know
at
that's
Waffle House.
right.
Cause they be
Facts.
cooking that swizzle on that Jim Jang to the Jim Jang. You feel me?
I,
Now
s-
Clubfoot done went to the
mm.
Waffle
I
House,
like
Godmama.
Waffle House though.
I side-eyed when she said that they ate what was it, General Tso's chicken or orange
Yeah,
chicken and rice.
and
I
that
was
ain't
like,
even real
what?
chicken. That's rat meat.
Right.
That's not even real chicken.
But if but if
Soul
you a
is.
but if you an animal, like Dr. Aurelia said, a gorilla, you don't care nothing about it
You'll
not
eat
being real
That's
and
anything.
stuff.
facts.
You will
Yep.
eat anything. You feel what I'm saying?
That's real
If you
Right.
if
talk.
if you
Hmm.
got 7 women that's at your disposal, you got 7 women, 7
Be right
concubines,
back.
have sex and stuff like that, and
I'm
all that
mute,
stuff,
Mama.
and you still want to go up in the booty hole, you know some shit crazy, man. You know
Come
something
on.
wrong with you, man. Think
Mm-hmm.
about
Come
that, man.
on.
You got 7 women, but you still want to smash the dookie shoot. Like that don't make no sense right there, man. Every last one of them women should have been there and figured it out. Like, you know what, man, I'm about to go ahead and ease off because obviously he don't want none of this thing right here. And if he don't want it, it got to be something wrong down here. It's either dry, it stink, it smell like salmon, smell like jungle, hot ass breath, hot piss, dumpster juice. It smell like all of that shit right there. And then you got to think about it. The women in carbonation don't none of them be talking about no feminine hygiene
Dog
products or
don't.
none of that stuff right there.
Mm-mm.
They don't talk about no yoni steams or none of that shit. That's how you know all that
Mm-mm.
shit just raggedy down there.
And
That shit just
Kansas
terrible.
said, and Kansas said on live, they he did it in one on butt and then put it in the other one vagina. So that's
Put it
cross
right in there.
contamination.
Put
That's
it right
cross
in there.
Mm-hmm.
contamination right there.
Cross
That's
contaminate.
sick.
His
That
mouth
is
cross.
sick.
His mouth cross contaminated. If you kiss Clubfoot, your whole mouth gonna fall off. All your shit gonna fall off. That's why I say, old girl, she probably done drunk about 8 or 9 damn bottles of Listerine already. She done swallowed them. Just swallowed them.
Cause
Gobbled
in
them.
there,
like a big
Okay,
2 liter, big fat person, 2 liter. Go. Just swallow the whole damn thing.
You
I'm
ain't shit.
telling
You ain't shit.
okay, that.
But they don't talk about. I don't want to spoil. But she tells you
Right.
how many times she counted that they took a bath
how many
while she
times they
was
took a bath?
there.
Yes.
How many times they took a bath, man?
She
Spoiler
said
alert.
in 40 days,
2
other
times.
than other than
Yeah.
Well,
her,
you know that the other
2
guy that
Ooh.
was
times in
what was the
40
2
what was the
days.
times.
guy name that left and said that Nate Eligio always got on him for taking a shower. Said that he you remember the one
Uh-huh.
he
I don't,
said
I
Because
don't,
he likes that
I
smell.
don't
He likes
know.
their
yeah.
their
He,
their pheromone
see,
smell.
see, see,
it was the
y'all
white
women.
guy.
Yeah, see,
It,
y'all women, right? Y'all don't really know, man. You know what I'm saying? But guys, man, our nuts and stuff be sweating. You know what I'm saying, man? Like you can't just be
Oh,
like
we
going.
know.
You can't be
mm-hmm.
I
going days.
know.
I
Yeah,
was
you
just
can't
gonna
be going
say, come
days
on
and
now.
days with your gym jank like that. That thing gets sour and everything up under there. You feel me?
And as a
Ugh.
woman world, I'm telling
Oh
you, we
man,
can't go. We can't
Mm-mm.
take 2 showers in 40 days. There's
Mm-mm.
no, and
But
listen,
Oh
y'all,
my
as
but
we
let me
get
God.
tell
into
you,
the book,
but
as
let me
we get
but let
into
me
the
tell you
book,
how much of an
y'all gonna
animal he
hear.
is. Let me tell you how much of an animal he is because he said he liked the musk on the women. He liked that
Mm-hmm.
smell. He said he liked to smell his women.
Well, she said that too, though, y'all.
So that's
I
what
mm,
listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going against the lady,
look at world
but
face.
she said that too. She said that too until it became her. So we going that's further in the book. So we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
discuss that then. But she did reference that she likes that smell as well.
all them
Goodness.
And
old ass bull nuts and shit stuck between his teeth and shit. All
you
that
keep saying
horrible
Ugh.
ass
bull
shit,
nuts
man. Man, all them bull nuts, all that old ass shit from the Waffle House and shit stuck between the teeth, man. They be
and
kissing on cuz.
Chipotle.
Man, that Chipotle, man, that shit done been stuck in the teeth about 3 years now, man. He done been through so many different journeys. Man, that man
Animal.
ain't. You ain't see that one time he was on live when he was brushing his teeth, man. That was like
With
the
yeah,
first time
with
he
that
ever
with
brushed
yeah,
his
with
teeth.
that
That
fruit.
shit was,
Yeah, but
man,
you
it was
say he
shit
had a
flying
bad tooth in
everywhere.
his mouth.
Man, that
You've
motherfucker tooth,
been
man.
saying he had a bad tooth.
Man, he's supposed to, man, that's
Mm-hmm.
an abscess, man. They keep coming back, man. He got to get that Jim Jank pulled all the way out, man. They keep
Animal.
coming back.
That's a animal instinct though.
Man, the
Animal
Lord,
instinct.
man, the Lord of nobody can't heal that shit, man. He keep calling himself God. And, man, you
Not
can't,
your nerve.
I'ma tell you, man, you could be a gorilla. You could, hey, look here, man, you could be motherfucking the Undertaker. You could be like Elegante. You could be a big motherfucker, right? But if you got a whole live abscess, a whole live toothache, man, that motherfucker will shatter your mind. It'll destroy
Sure
your
They
will.
soul.
sure will.
You don't see how he be acting out like when she was talking about how he jacked her up and he was choking the shit up out of her and the whole nine.
Look
That
at
be that
that.
motherfucking tooth, man. That shit be he be acting out, man. He need to get that motherfucker pulled. I've been told he go to urgent care or anything. They got the urgent care over there and everything where
He got the
they go.
urge. Yeah.
Man, he can get the urgent care. He goes to the urgent
Shit.
care. Boy,
Hey,
that's
when he was in
man,
Atlanta, he could have went on Cleveland Avenue and got it pulled for $80.
man,
Still to today on
he could
Cleveland.
have
When he was in Atlanta, he
he
could
could
have
have
went to
found
Cleveland Avenue and got it pulled for $80.
he could have went on Six Flag Drive. I could have directed him to somebody. I could have paid him that would have knocked the damn teeth up out of his mouth. I could have, if he could have went right over there on Six Flag Drive. I would have called. Look here, I would have had somebody meet him halfway. I would have met him at the medium. He ain't even got to bust no left right there. Meet him at the medium. Soon as come off the interstate right there, I would have had him.
You said, well, he's too much. I appreciate y'all smashing that like. Let's keep going. Keep smashing it. Let's get it in the algorithm.
All right, back to the book and stuff and all that and whoop de whoop. We're going back in or what? We're going back in on the Jim Jack to the Jim Jack or what?
That's right.
Yeah,
All
because
right, we're
it's
going
about
back
to
in.
start getting real good.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Told him that we all are healthy and eat only organic. He told me this was the dirtiest, oldest prison and that they have no funds, short staffed, and that the men and the women are intertwined, so it's not safe. He told me he could see I don't belong in a place like this and asked if I ever been to prison. And I said no. He kept crying, literal tears, and begged me to please convince the family to take the offer. He literally scared me. Star went and he told her this is not a safe place for a black woman like you. He told Neytiri she should get out now because she doesn't want this experience. He told all of us similar things, but by now I blacked out in my mind. I was musammed and couldn't hear anything. And all I saw was red. About an hour later, Babaji and then men arrived. I was silent when they all did Europe. I told Babaji what Kevin had told us, and all the women confirmed. Sound said it was just a setup to make us leave and that it won't be that bad. It's just a test. I guess Kevin overheard him and he came over and said, this is the worst prison you will ever see in the United States. This is the smallest town in Hawaii, and there are real killers and criminals in this prison. He punched the top of the door and walked off crying. I told Babaji that they were also not going to give us rec hour, that they canceled that because they don't want the men to see us. So this meant we would get no outside air or sun. Babaji said, oh, hell no. He said, get us the fuck out. I don't want the woman here. We will stay, but please get the women on a flight. He tried to find his lawyers, Musamba, but couldn't reach him. We all then had to check in one by one at the desk. They gave us permission for one phone call. I was so tempted, but Aya was literally staring me down like a hawk, and Babaji had given orders not to call any Babylon family. I didn't care at that point. I told myself I would whisper and she won't hear me from the cage because the men were making a lot of noise anyway. I had him call my sisters Musamba, but she never answered, and I thought to leave a message, but I just hung up. Soon as I walked back, she asked me, who did you call? I told her they didn't answer, and I walked off like, what? Who? Did she think she was asking me questions? Meanwhile, we are in prison dump, not knowing what could happen once we go inside. Malia and Star went in first. They made them shower and change clothes. Then Zoka went in, Syrian. Then Syrian came out saying, Star asked if she could take a something shot, a TB shot. I was like, hell no. The whole team ganged on me. Like, only Babaji gives orders. I told them, well, I'm not taking no damn shots. By this time, he was outside talking to Kevin, so he didn't hear. And when he came back in, Aya asked Star if she could take the TB shot. They giving it to everybody. Babaji literally said, hell no. I just kept my head down, and they all knew I wasn't with it. Everyone got quiet, and then Aya went for the shower and changed the clothes, then Efru, then lunch, which they called chow, came out. The men was so hyped. It was chicken, cornbread, string beans, and gravy. It was a huge portion. Babaji told everyone he eat all the food. But he did wanted chicken, so he had the guys give us a musamba, and True got it right with the musamba. Hey, I couldn't eat all mine, so I slid my plate up under the gate to True and told him to have it. The men were literally raving about being able to get 3 meals a day. And
Oh, that's so hard.
Did you just
and
say
we are
that?
sitting
Did
in
you
a
just say
cage.
that?
I told you, they were so happy to
Did you
eat.
just say that
They
about the
didn't give
3
the
meals?
men didn't give a damn about being in jail. They was happy to eat. Yo, this is
It's
it
a
did.
damn shame.
It did. He said eat
Damn
everything.
shame.
He said eat everything they give y'all, which means pork, beef, chicken, turkey. He didn't give a he said, eat everything. I can't do this.
I,
I can't.
oh my. It's a damn
I can't do
shame.
this.
I bet you that was the most food True done ate in a whole year, for real.
Oh
He
man.
probably them 7, 8, 9 days. He probably gained 20 pounds. They were so
Uh-huh.
happy. Oh, can't do this.
True was in that motherfucker looking like Grady from Sanford and Son, pregnant in that motherfucker. He looked like an alien, like one of them motherfucking aliens was gonna bust out his damn stomach when he was in that motherfucker. True ate everything in that motherfucker, boy. True ate everything. Europe, that nigga ate everything in there. Babaji told
And
him
then she
everything.
said,
Them
she
string
said, I
beans,
gave
them
my
string
plate.
beans.
World, she said I gave my plate to True.
Say she gave it to
She
True.
knew who was hungry.
She knew who was gonna die. She knew who was gonna die in that motherfucker. That was the fuck that was. She gave it the truth. She said she gave it the truth. She said his chicken, so he had guys guess a moose somewhere. She got it right. True had to get the number right to get the food. He was playing a
She
number
knew
game.
his head. She knew his head was too big for his body. That more head than he got body.
Boy, this shit ain't right, boy. They gotta guess. They gotta get the number right to get something to eat, man. True be starving at that motherfucker. True don't never get the number right.
Vivo Lottie got more head than he got body. she said, I want to give my plate to True. She picked out of all the men, not even Babaji. She
Not
said,
even
give my
Babaji.
plate
Right,
to True.
right.
Hey,
You
True.
still
Hey,
see
True.
Lizzo.
True was on the verge of death, Dr. Ray. He about to fall out of that butt with his
Right.
poor ass.
I
True was gonna
can't
die
do
of that
this.
motherfucker, boy.
Listen,
True
Sybil
sucked
went
up straight me.
hard body.
Miss me,
Sybil
he
went hard body.
True, he, he sucked the shit up out this motherfucker straight me.
Stop,
He,
world. You ain't shit.
sucked all the motherfuckers up in there. He ain't healed that goddamn cornbread and everything in that motherfucker. True, that's the fattest his face done been in 50 motherfucking years. True didn't want to leave that
He said,
motherfucker.
give,
He didn't want to leave
give
that
my
shit.
plate to True.
True didn't want to leave that motherfucker, boy. You should have seen True on that motherfucking video when they were walking off. True walking slower than the soul, bitch. He wanted to tell him how much he had been tormented. Babaji had starved to death. He should have went live.
What
He
she
should
say?
have just said it on the news, man. This a coat, man. I'm starving. He should have snitched on that nigga, man. He should have
But
pulled that
listen,
goddamn, man. I'm dead ass, man. He's supposed to, hey, Kareem
True.
Akbar, that nigga or something, man.
Why she picked True out of everybody? That was my thing.
That's
I was
right. She
wrong.
even
She picked
you
True.
right though.
He
She still
said, give
picking up
my plate
Lizzo.
to
Right,
True.
right,
Cause she know
right,
he's starving.
right,
True was in that motherfucker, man.
right.
That goddamn hairline had already went back about 4 more inches. He was in that motherfucker. His jawbone was so goddamn sharp. True would have died in that bitch if he wouldn't have got something to eat. And he was in there
And you
trying
know
to be
his
tough
eyes
and shit.
already sinking back. His
Man,
eyes is sinking back and everything.
that nigga look like Grady
Uh-huh.
from Sanford Son with diabetes and shit. That nigga look like he about to die. His goddamn eyeballs done popped out his fucking skull. You can see his goddamn collarbone with a shirt on in that bitch. True fucked up. He fucked up. That's why I
She
said,
said, give my plate to True. She said, here you go, True. True,
hey, look
I'm just
here.
only giving this to True.
No, hey, look. That's why I try to tell y'all True with his punk ass. All that tough guy shit he be talking live, man. That let lawyer whoop his ass. Man, you know that nigga softer than
All
a
right.
motherfucker, man. Look at here. If
Soft.
they gave that food to True, what nobody gonna get True that food. They don't respect True. It's
That's it.
all a
It's all
script,
a
y'all. True ain't
script.
no hard motherfucker,
You
man.
right. It's all the script.
No, he's not.
He got
No, he's
he
not.
got True punk ass. He got True punk ass around for that chick. That's all that is. True, if you listening, that's why he got you
That
around for that chick,
military
my nigga.
chick.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
True, you can get mad if you want to, my nigga, but that's for real though.
But listen, y'all, if a woman give a man her food, she feels freaking sorry for
That's
him.
right.
I'm
That's
telling y'all,
correct.
listen, this is no cap. If a woman say,
Mm-hmm.
give this to a specific man, then she knows something going on with that man. Like, she didn't say nobody, she didn't say, here, y'all. She said,
Mm-hmm.
give my food to True. So that means he let everybody stop laughing. Stop it. I mean, he let everybody eat. He let Jahumi. He let he let Baby
That's how he
Strong Jaw. He let everybody eat before him. Everybody
Right.
he
did
sucked.
eat before him. And
Right.
she seen
That's the
that.
sound of the string
That's
beans.
why she
That's how,
said, give him my food.
that's how he was sucking them string beans up. He was sucking them off everybody plated that motherfucker. He was
And they said gravy. What the? They said gravy. Shit, who? He ain't
it
had
don't
that
matter.
flour in a minute. He
It
wanted
don't
that
matter. It was
GMO
fourth grade.
flour.
It didn't matter. They sucked the juice out all of the whole carton. The carton was drier than a song bitch
He
when he
was
sucked that
mopping
juice out
it.
that motherfucker. Man, look at here, man. True, hey, look at True was in heaven, man. Nature boy done starved him out, man. Done took his butt and everything, man. And he hungry. Think about it. You hungry and somebody that violated you type of shit or whatever.
Not taking but
Ain't nothing you can do. He know he done attacked. He done packed his butt hole and everything with Dookie shoot. You know he had, man. And that's the funny thing about it. True can't do nothing about it, man. Lawyer done whooped him and everything. And Lawyer be bringing Nature Boy. He be bringing them juice and berries and bull nuts and all type of fuck shit. And he whooped
All
True
right.
ass. Man,
Hey,
Lawyer probably been
and
smashed
listen,
in there. And I told, look here, listen, man. Do y'all not remember when Umi was there and I was giving out live commentary and I was telling
Mm-hmm.
y'all how Lawyer was standing in the
yep,
back? Man, Lawyer was on the come up. Then I could look at the
yep,
energy and I could tell that
you
he had
sure
been
did.
smashed. But he was, look
Lawyer,
at that.
lawyer was having flashback of that closet.
Man, Lawyer
Lawyer
was
was
having
real.
flashbacks of busting
Mm-hmm.
Sheba or either when he was in Sheba mouth. That what that was. That what
Mhm.
that was. True ain't peep
Yes,
game, man. Look here, if my God is around anybody and she done did anything that's out of order, and if it's just a smidgen of attraction to anybody, I know. Okay, that's right, because I enter that orifice. I know everything about that
That's
orifice. Okay,
that's the
so
truth.
that's right, every damn thing about it. You see. Now, True, on the other hand, man, True can't do nothing, man. True let Loyal beat him up, man. Loyal beat that man up, man. They probably were taking True food and everything of that, man. True wouldn't have made it up out no Hawaii, man. He wouldn't have made it up out no Hawaii.
and listen,
Mm-mm.
not only that, not only that, true. Okay, everybody keeps saying that Caliber, uh, Loyal, Solar is Dusty's favorite. No, 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 no. Him and True is doing what they are doing. Because a nigga like him,
Mhm.
okay, let me be real with y'all for a second. I'm not I think he's the smartest one there. I think he's smarter than Dusty. I think he's smarter than everybody. I really do. The thing about it is he's gay. He's gay. He loves Dusty. Like that's
Mhm.
why he is how he is. Like he is
But
Nanaji
he,
is not
Mhm.
his
well, he said
woman.
it. Well, he said it the
Nanaji is
other
not his
day.
woman. True is
He,
his woman.
well, he
Well,
said it the other. Truth said it the other day that his main goal was to please Eligio. He came for Eligio.
That's right.
When Sheba
and
went
you
to
know what I think?
Mhm.
You
when
know,
Sheba went to
Yeah.
Eligio.
Whenever
Mm-hmm.
when he got Sheba took from him.
Hmm. Go ahead,
but
World.
see,
What you
think about
say?
it
Right.
though. Think about it though. Tron was his original direct. You figured in me? So, like I say,
Yes.
Tron been
Yes.
around before True even came in the picture. I'm
Right.
trying to show y'all some
Yep.
times
That
now.
that that was his
Tron,
baby. There, Tron was his
I got
baby.
the video. I got the video when Tron was smashing Sheba back then. Okay, so like I say, Tron have been in the cut with all this stuff right here. It might even got
Really?
to the point. What? It might even got to the
Yeah.
point where Tron
I
couldn't
missed
even
that.
control. Tron couldn't control his loins. You feel what I'm saying? He might have
And
one of the
wearing
girls been sleeping
eyeliner.
some more.
He used to wear eyeliner too. Cause I
Remember when
see
I told y'all?
eyeliner on
Look here,
Tron eyes.
Aurelia.
Who
I had
wore
told y'all.
eyeliner?
Look here, I told them a story one
Tron.
time about this dude named LJ. And LJ in prison was known as a mad jacker. And I tried to explain to y'all that's the same shit that Tron be into, man. Tron be back in the cut, man, beating off on the women and stuff like that, man. See,
Right.
look here, Tron done
Yeah,
been
I
had
remember you saying that.
Tron done seen all the women naked and everything, man. Tron done been
Hmm.
around since day one up
Mhm.
Well,
back.
they don't had a lovers quarrel now because Tron gone. They don't had a
See,
lovers
listen,
quarrel.
Hey,
he
let me
had to
ask you about that, World.
he had to get rid of Tron. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? 'Cause see, True ain't
Why?
going nowhere because they got little Jahumi. You feel what I'm saying? It's already carved.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
It's already
Oh.
carved. It's carved and sewn with Sheba and Strong Jaw because they the ones that was on the porn tape, Jim Jack to the Jim Jack. You see what I'm saying? See, they
Oh.
ain't never going nowhere. They
Yes.
ain't never going nowhere. See, Tron might have had it in the back of his mind, like, yo, man, you know what, man? I see this thing ain't gonna change, man. I gotta make something happen or whatever. Like Tron might have would have went off in the deep end or something or whatever. You never know, man. Tron about 6'45", man. You feel me? He
Yeah.
about 6'15", man,
Yeah. He now he really was in love with
18 feet
Elijah.
tall and shit.
and
And
everything.
look, I seen
Mhm.
somebody sent me a video. I didn't even know his name on IG. I shit, I don't, follow him like that. But he's got bigger, and he also went back to his
Mhm.
foster parent roots, the way he's speaking now. So he was always weird. Now, one thing I can agree,
Right.
with Dusty on is he is weird, but he's weird. Everybody in his camp is weird because you have to be weird
Right.
to be in that camp. Like you have to be. Because
Exactly.
somebody like me, they'd have kicked me out, and that just wouldn't happen. So you have to be weird. But I still think a little bit that he's still with them and he's trying to get the donation, just like Nanaji did. Like, I
I
don't think
wouldn't
he's
put it
gone.
past it. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't
I
put it
don't think he's
past it.
gone. What y'all think? Godmama?
Mm-mm.
I don't think he's gone. What you
No,
think?
I think I think too
I don't think he's gone either.
if behind the scenes they scared and they could feel the heat of what's gonna come down on Eligio, you gonna start seeing the disbursement of everybody. Cause they
Man,
gonna
look,
turn on everybody, gonna turn on everybody.
look at here. I'm trying to tell you, man. Tron, you gotta think about how long that Tron been taking them motherfucking downloads, man.
I
You
feel
feel
you.
me? Now, for
Mm-hmm.
Tron not to be around Nature Boy right now, man, after taking them downloads for all them years right there, man, they had to be some serious
It,
stuff that jumped
come
up,
on
man.
now. Come on. Think
Boy,
about
look
it.
at here. He done
Girl,
been taking downloads from the beginning.
Think about it. Think
what
about it.
Mm,
happened? Something happened. And I wish she was there to see what happened. Because let me tell y'all something. If Sybil was there when that shit happened to Mama Dia, she'd have told us.
She would have told. Uh-huh.
I
She
wish
would
she
have
was
told
there
us
during
what
that
happened.
time. Yes.
She
you
wasn't
said if
there.
who? You talking about Sybil?
If yes, if Sybil would have
I
been
wish
there
she was there.
when that shit happened to Mama Dia, I feel strongly in my heart, in the energy and spiritual, whatever y'all would have called it, she would have told what happened.
Exactly. She would
She would
have.
have told what
I think
happened
she would have too.
because yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you I read further into the book, which we're gonna get into, and I'm not gonna say anything. But my opinion is she would have said what the fuck happened. Y'all could
Definitely
talk
would.
bad about this lady,
Mm-hmm.
She
but I'm
definitely would
telling
have,
y'all, this
Miss Smith.
lady is not what y'all think she is.
She
She
surely
better
not.
than what y'all think she is. And what can she really do? I can understand people saying, well, call the authorities, do this and that. What authorities don't do shit. And let me tell y'all something. He ran to Puerto Rico. He ran because old girl court date was today or yesterday, whatever. I'm telling y'all, everything he did was for a reason. And y'all about to see this
Come
through
on
this
now.
book. That's why I'm telling y'all, this book, I don't care about the errors. I don't care what y'all still talking about.
Come on now.
This book is leading up to everything world and everybody been talking about,
Come
even
on.
up to when the old girl killed her mom. She
Come
Mm-hmm.
on now.
speaks about what led up into this. Am I right, Aurelia? Dr.
Come on
Ray,
now.
am I right?
Absolutely. That's what I've been saying. You know
She
I
speak
told
up
you
into this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that world and you been saying
you know I
speaks up
told you they
to
use Mariah.
why
They
they got
use Mariah
married.
energy. That's correct.
Hmm.
Hey, we're gonna
Why
hey
they
y'all,
got married and
hey,
everything.
hey y'all, we're gonna close out in 6 minutes. I'm muting
That's
up, all
right.
right? We're gonna be 6 minutes to 3 hours. We're gonna come in tomorrow and then
Okay.
we'll go
That's right.
on whatever chapter that we left
Okay.
off on.
Sounds
That's
good.
right. And we appreciate it. And do you want to we're gonna leave off on that. And like I said, y'all, stay tuned. Come back. Because let me tell y'all could this is not a clout chaser here. This is a woman that's telling y'all what the hell goes on. For real, for
Exactly.
real. This is no fake,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
no none of that. This is leading up to
Excuse me.
what we have been talking about for
Exactly.
months. This is what we are leading up to when old girl killed her mama.
Come on.
He came on here speaking about that. Why you trying to blame this on me? Y'all gonna see why. This
Come on
nigga was
now.
nervous.
Come
Mm-hmm.
This
on now.
nigga was
Mm-hmm.
nervous.
That
Y'all
was a
stay tuned
sacrifice. They
and
sacrificed
we'll
her.
be back. World. Good night, y'all. Good night, good
Good
mom,
night.
God
Good
mama.
night.
Good night, Dr. Ray.
Already,
Good
man.
night.
Y'all already know what it is. Good night, God Mama. Good night, Dr. Aurelia.
Good
Everybody that
night.
came through. Like I say, all right, indeed. Like I said, we're gonna press forward, you know what I'm saying, with this Gem Jank tomorrow. Y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We making it through the book, man, slowly but surely, man. For the people that's in agreement that want to continue on with the reading, with the commentary, with the bust down, you know what I'm saying, on how to get out of a code. You know what I'm saying? Drop them ones up in the chat. And like I say, man, I'm going to see y'all on the next one, man. You already know what it is, man.